From pretty much the present, this is your host, Adam Graham, welcoming you to a week of old-time radio detective podcast from 2013. Because these podcast episodes are quite old, offers and information contained in them are not valid unless they are reflected on our website at greatdetectives.net. Now enjoy a week of podcasts from our archives at the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio. Welcome to the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio from Boise, Idaho. This is your host, Adam Graham. If you have a comment, email it to me. Box13 at greatdetectives.net. Follow us on Twitter at Radio Detectives and become one of our friends on Facebook. Facebook.com/Radio Detectives. All right, well, before we get started, I have a couple quick notes. First of all, some listeners have been telling me that they aren't clear on how to subscribe to the War Old Time Radio podcast. It is available in the iTunes store. There may be keywords issues or things like that with finding it, but you can always go to the website, which is thewar.greatdetectives.net. And there are text links on each post to add the program to your iTunes. In addition to that, there is a button in the sidebar where you can subscribe to it. You just click that and it will subscribe you. So just remember, thewar, single word, .greatdetectives.net. Well, we're going to this week honor the late Shirley Mitchell. At this point, in old-time radio history, the vast majority of people who made radio so good, so entertaining, have passed away. And there are very few who remain with us. One of those was Shirley Mitchell, who died this past week, from when I'm recording it, about a couple weeks ago if you're listening to it now, at the age of 94. And she was actually the only living member of my list of radio's most essential people. And she was a great character actress. Everything I've heard her in has been a supporting character role. And she was probably most famous for her appearances on the program The Great Gildersleeve. But as her career continued and radio declined, she worked a lot on television, and indeed most of the obituaries mention her appearances on I Love Lucy. But she continued to act on radio, doing a lot of programs that wouldn't have normally been her forte, including westerns like Fort Laramie, and she did several episodes of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar. In fact, we've heard her a few times in this run. So what I decided to do, in honor of Shirley Mitchell, we're going to skip ahead a few weeks to play the next serial in which she appears. As I said, she mostly did character roles, so this isn't going to be a starring appearance for Shirley Mitchell. But let's go ahead and take a listen to today's episode of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar, dedicated to the memory of the great Shirley Mitchell, from July 9th and July 10th of 1956.
From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
Pete Carlson, Johnny, Star Mutual.
Oh, hiya, Pete. How's the family?
Great. The lucky dogs are at Cape Cod for the summer while I toil and fret.
What's fretting you at the moment?
A letter, Johnny. Listen. If you're wanting to know who murdered Ellen Bates, you pay no mind to that person or persons unknown. You just look real close to home. Look real close to home. Postmark Shady Lane, Vermont.
And the signature, I suppose, is that famous old name.
That's right. Anonymous. Ellen Bates was killed there a month ago, shot to death. We carried a $10,000 policy on her.
And the beneficiary?
Ben Bates, her husband. He's got a farm about 4 miles out of Shady Lane.
What's the status of the investigation?
Stalemate, Johnny. The coroner's jury brought in an open verdict, and there's been nothing turned up since. We were just on the point of paying off the policy. But now, well...
All right, Pete, I'll fret for you. If I can find Shady Lane on the map.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Home Office, Star Mutual Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Shady Lane matter. Item 1, $36.70. Transportation and incidentals, Hartford to Shady Lane, a quiet little town of around 1,000 population. Drowsy streets lined with white frame homes, picket fences, and flower-bedded yards. A town with a well-chosen name, built under the protecting shade of venerable elms and spreading maples. A country crossroads town with one of everything. One inn, one restaurant, one garage, one general store, one barber shop, and one constable, a gaunt and lantern-jawed, leather-faced man of middle age named Jed Bramler.
Yeah, it's a fact, Mr. Dollar. Lived here all my life. First time I've ever seen it this hot.
Yeah, it's warm, all right.
For this time of year, at least. Weather's changing. World, too. Everything's changing.
Except human nature.
That, too, maybe. Take this killing. Don't rightly know how to go about dealing with it.
Well, maybe we can figure out something between us. This the bullet that killed him?
Yeah, that's the one.
It's an odd size and shape.
Hand-poured. Say it's hand-poured. It's for an old-fashioned squirrel rifle. Smooth bore, single shot.
I see.
And I reckon that's about all I can give you in the way of facts. Or clues, I guess you call them.
Oh, facts will do.
All right. Ellen Bates was a fine woman. Had a hard life. She was married, no children. She was alive. Now she's dead. Cause of death, a bullet in the heart. Them's all facts, Mr. Dollar.
How did it happen?
Don't rightly know. Want no witnesses. Could have been an accident, even.
What do you mean, an accident?
Well, one of them hunters from the city. Them through here regular. Confounded idiots. Shoot at anything that moves.
Well, surely not at a human being sitting in her own living room.
They might have. Never can tell, crazy as they are. Shot a goat, belonged to Het Wilmer last fall. Caught 'em with it, tied on their bumper. Said it was a mountain sheep.
Yes, but...
Yes, might have done it unintentional. Then got scared and run out.
Yes, possibly. Except for one of those facts.
Which fact?
This bullet. Hunters from the city don't use old-fashioned squirrel rifles, Mr. Bramler.
Well, I said it could have been accidental. Didn't say it was, though. I reckon somebody meant to kill her.
Oh, I don't think there's much doubt of that.
There ain't. Wish there was. Might not feel so danged worthless then.
What do you mean?
Ellen Bates was a fine woman. Hate to think of somebody killing her and getting clean away with it.
Then let's make sure they don't get away with it.
Got nothing to go on, Mr. Dollar. Not one lonesome thing.
What about a possible motive?
Haven't turned up a single one.
Did she have any enemies?
Everybody that knew her loved her.
What about this bullet? Did you have a ballistics check made?
Yeah. Send it clear to New York.
They come up with anything?
6-page report. Yes, got it here somewhere. You can look at it if you want to.
No need to. What was their conclusion?
Same as mine. Fired from an old-fashioned squirrel rifle.
Know anybody around here who might own a gun like that?
Yeah, but near anybody in the township. Must be 300-400 of them rifles around. Keepsakes. Handed down. Family souvenirs.
Then that's one dead end.
Couldn't be much deader. It's like I told you. Ain't no clues at all. At least none to speak of. Woman without an enemy in the world. Sitting in front of her window. Shot fired from outside the house. Woman's dead. Them's the facts. And all the facts.
No. Not quite all.
Eh? What do you mean?
People. Persons are facts, you know. And their relations with other persons are facts. Facts that we can check on.
Already told you, Mr. Dollar. Ellen Bates didn't have no enemies.
The person who killed her wasn't exactly a friend.
Known enemies, I mean.
But she had contacts and relations with other persons, and one of them, known or unknown, was her enemy. Maybe an accidental enemy with a motive and the capacity for murder.
What do you mean by accidental?
Maybe Mrs. Bates saw something from that window of hers. Something that made her dangerous to someone else. Maybe she didn't even know she'd made an enemy.
Yeah, might be.
Or maybe it's just a matter of her death benefiting somebody. Somebody who otherwise wouldn't be her enemy.
Mm-hmm. It thought of that, of course, but it don't lead nowhere.
It might. I've got a letter here, Mr. Bramler. I wish you'd take a look at it.
All right.
It arrived yesterday at the home office of my client in Hartford. Mm-hmm. It was mailed here in Shady Lane.
Close to home. Look real close to home. Not signed, eh?
No, not signed. Any idea who might have sent it?
Yeah, somebody with a lot of vinegar in their blood. No, don't know. It's a fact. Wouldn't count too much on it if I was you.
What do you mean?
Well, like you just said, a matter of her death benefiting somebody.
So?
With that insurance policy like it is, the person that'd benefit most would be her husband, Ben Bates. Forget him.
Why?
Like you said, motive and capacity. Even if money was motive enough for Ben, he just hasn't got the capacity for murder. Forget him.
Is Ben Bates a good friend of yours, Mr. Bramler?
Since we were boys together.
I see.
Mm-hmm. Maybe you only think you see. I ain't making allowances for him. Just know him, that's all.
Maybe I'd better meet him.
All right. Farm's just out of town a ways. I'll drive you out there if you want.
Oh, I'd appreciate that.
Only one thing, though. You've got an expense account of some kind, ain't you?
Sure, that's right. Why?
Well, we're not exactly poor folks up here, but we ain't rich neither. And the township is kind of frugal with their money.
I see.
Going to have to charge you for the car expense if it's all right with you.
Oh, sure. That sounds fine.
Yeah, well then.
Maybe we could make a couple of other calls on the way.
Who do you want to see?
Well, mostly I'd like to talk to the coroner here and...
You already have.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm the coroner, Mr. Dollar. Well, are we ready?
Expense account item 2, $3 even. Transportation and Constable Jed Bramler's car from Shady Lane to the Ben Bates farm. It was a pleasant trip. Summertime, and a country road winding among the farms, climbing lazily over the ridges. The heady, pungent scent of flax and clover, the hum of bees. But I couldn't completely enjoy it. I kept wondering how much real help I could expect from a constable who'd already made up his mind that the top suspect wasn't capable of murder. A constable who was also coroner, and for all I knew, county attorney and district judge. A constable who might even be, just an idle thought, might even be a murderer.
Now, this is the Preeny farm. Ben Bates's place is the next one, about a quarter of a mile.
I see.
That's Martin Preeny there at the side of the road working on that fence. Might well pass the time of day with him, I reckon.
Were the Preenys and the Bates good friends?
Yeah, real close.
Afternoon, Jed.
Martin?
Township must be getting lax, letting you go gallivanting around on pleasure trips.
Being paid for, Martin. Official business. This here's Mr. Donny Dollar from down around Hartford. Martin Preeny, Mr. Dollar.
Mr. Preeny?
I do.
That's quite a job you're doing there, Mr. Preeny.
Well, a rock wall does just fine if you stack them real careful so they lock together.
Looks pretty difficult.
It takes a knack, no doubt about that, and work and time. But if it's dug in below the frost line, a rock wall will last a lifetime. And that's what I believe in, Mr. Dollar. Planning ahead and building right.
That's a good philosophy.
And then, too, a rock wall is a sight cheaper than fencing.
And right there is his real reason, Mr. Dollar.
A man that wastes his substance is a fool and a sinner. I believe in prudence.
It's your only virtue, Martin.
Fiddlesticks. We got callers, Sarah. Come on out here.
No, ain't staying, Martin. Just passing.
Just a minute, Martin.
Just what so-called official business you on, Jed?
Murder of Ellen Bates. Mr. Dollar here is an insurance investigator. He's come to look into it.
I see. Well, it's a terrible tragedy, Mr. Dollar. Sad thing for the whole township, especially for Sarah and me.
Yes, I imagine so.
Yeah, they've been good neighbors. Fine people. Folks about to be proud to know.
So I understand.
Couldn't help feeling sorry for him. Just didn't seem to get ahead in spite of Ben being a good, hard worker and all. And then this, on top of all the other trouble he'd had.
Well, what do you mean by trouble?
Afternoon, gentlemen.
Come here, Sarah. Why don't you meet a friend of Jed's, Mr. Johnny Dollar, my wife, Sarah.
Mrs. Preeny.
Mr. Dollar comes from Hartford.
Hartford? Then he's here for...
He works for an insurance company. He's given Jed a hand with this Ellen Bates thing.
Oh, yes, I see. Well, don't let me interrupt.
I just telling Mr. Dollar what good neighbors the Bates have always been.
A body couldn't ask for a better friend than Ellen Bates.
Mr. Preeny, you said something about all the other trouble they'd had.
I was referring to Ellen's illness. Why, after that operation last year, she was pertinently an invalid, you might say. Yeah, Ben had to wait on her hand and foot, along with doing for the house and running the farm.
A lot of time he spent taking care of her.
Now, Sarah.
Not half as much time as he spent hanging around that girl.
What girl is that, Mrs. Preeny?
Why, that little flippity-gibbet that works at...
Sarah!
I'm sorry, Martin, but it's true and you know it.
Mr. Dollar, I'm afraid my wife is just repeating gossip she's heard. Ben Bates is a fine young man. Any story to the contrary, idle rumors, nothing more.
Well, sometimes the best way to stop an idle rumor is to check into it. If you'd care to tell me who she is.
I know the girl, Mr. Dollar. Her name is Millie Wells. She's a waitress at the Shady Lane Cafe.
I'd like to talk to her.
You can when we get back to town. Well, folks, reckon we'd better be getting on.
Hey, Mr. Dollar, Ellen Bates was a fine woman. Whoever it was killed her. I hope you get him.
I believe we will. Oh, and by the way, Mrs. Preeny, the company was very grateful for your letter.
My letter? I mean, how did you know it
I
was...
didn't know. I was just guessing.
Oh.
Nice to have met both of you. See you again. Johnny Dollar.
Ready with your call to Hartford, Mr. Dollar.
Thanks, operator.
Go ahead, Hartford.
Hello? Johnny?
Yeah, Pete.
A big fat expense account, and you still reverse the call.
Had to. I'm phoning from a crossroads store. Look, I need a quick fact or two in connection with the Ellen Bates murder. That $10,000 policy on Ellen's life. When was it written, Pete?
Oh, around 4 years ago. I'll get the exact date if you want to hang on.
No, that's close enough. I was hoping it was only a year or two back.
Knocks a pet theory in the head, huh?
No, but it doesn't help it any. Hey, is there also a policy on the life of Ben Bates?
Yeah, same amount, taken out at the same time, right after they were married. Add up to anything?
A nice round zero.
What do the local authorities think?
The only local authority in Shady Lane is sitting outside in the car right now, and he thinks the same as I do.
Which is what?
We're both stumped. I'll be talking to you. From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar, location Shady Lane, Vermont. To the Home Office, Star Mutual Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. Assignment, the Shady Lane matter. Expense account continued. Item 4, 7 cents, a copy of the Shady Lane Weekly Crier, the paper that prints the folksy news, according to the masthead. Maybe it would help, because the whole case seemed to have a folksy flavor. A young farm wife named Ellen Bates, a semi-invalid without a known enemy in the township, had been shot to death a month before. The killer, unidentified. Motive, unknown. Physical evidence, non-existent. Leads, none. I rejoined Constable Jed Bramler in the car and glanced over the paper as we drove on to the Bates farm. I'd begun to realize that, folksy or not, the Bates case was probably going to be tougher than an old boot.
Now, we'll leave the car here at the road and walk up through the draw. I'll show you how it happened.
All right, good. This sure doesn't look like very good farmland.
Tain't. Ben's got a few good acres north of the house, but most of it's like this. Won't grow much of anything except in rocks. Takes a lot of scratching to make a go of a place like this.
Yeah, I imagine. And it would be even tougher if you had to take care of an invalid wife at the same time.
Yeah, I reckon 'twould. Watch yourself on that barbed wire, Mr. Dollar.
All right.
There's easier ways of getting to the house, but I figured you'd like to see how the killer got away.
And this is it, you think, huh? He fired the shot from cover and then...
Oh, she did.
All right, whichever. And then he or she ran back down this draw here and got away.
Yeah, must have been seen otherwise. But here in the draw, a person would be out of sight from both houses. Either the Bates place or the Preeney's over on the other side.
I'll buy that one, all right. This brush is thick enough to hide a herd of cattle.
Yeah, well, once the killer got to the road, back where we left the car, might have gone any place.
Yeah, that's the trouble. This case is too full of mites.
Tried to pick up a trail in here, even brought in dogs, but they didn't turn up nothing. Dogs is mostly overrated anyhow.
Yeah, so I've heard.
Yeah, let's see now. Ought to be right about here some... Yes, there we are. Over that way.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I see the stake you put up to mark the place.
Nope, doesn't me that put it up. It's a survey marker. But it's just about where I calculate the shot was fired from. Right about here.
What was the survey for, Mr. Bramler?
Highway Department. They was figuring to build a new turnpike through here last year. Fell through, though.
How come?
The whys of a public bureau ain't for mere man to know, Mr. Dollar. They finally picked someplace else a few months ago. Shame, too. Might have made this land worth something to Ben.
Another one of those mites, huh?
Now, look through the bushes there, just to the left of that big maple.
Mm-hmm.
That's the parlor corner of the Bates house. And Ellen was sitting right there in that big front window when it happened. Ben has put the glass back in since.
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't have been too difficult a shot from here.
Them old-fashioned squirrel rifles is mighty accurate.
And nearly everybody in the township has one.
That's about it.
It's not a matter of finding a needle in a straw stack. It's finding one special straw in a straw stack.
Mighty hard chore, I'd say.
So would I. So there she sat, an easy target, alone at her own front window.
Well, not exactly alone, Mr. Dollar.
Oh?
Alone at the window, yes. But Mrs. Preeny was in the room with her at the time.
The woman who wrote the anonymous letter accusing Ben Bates? I didn't know that.
Yeah, didn't seem to have no bearing. She just happened to be there. Brought over a cake or something from next door. She was always doing things like that for Ellen.
Uh-huh.
But Mrs. Preeny didn't see who fired the shot. She just heard the window glass crash and saw Ellen come half out of her chair and then fall on the floor.
An invalid, helpless, sitting there at a window. Now, what the devil could a woman like that do to make somebody hate her enough to kill her?
Mr. Dollar, if I could answer that, I would have somebody locked up by now.
If anybody did hate her, of course.
Meaning?
Maybe hate wasn't the reason.
Got a better one?
Oh, I'm just supposing.
Done quite a bit of that myself.
Hey, tell me something, Mr. Bramler. This waitress at the Shady Lane Cafe, the one Mrs. Preeny made the insinuations about.
Millie Wells?
Yeah, Millie Wells. Is she pretty?
Well, hard to say. Tastes differ. I reckon, though, most anybody'd call her pretty, though.
Well, what about that gossip Mrs. Preeny was spouting? Is it just a rumor? Or was Ben seeing Millie before his wife was murdered?
Hard not to see her. Ain't a very big town.
You know what I mean. Did he go out of his way to see her?
Oh, stopped in the cafe there once in a while. Cup of coffee, piece of pie. Doing all the cooking at home like he was. He got a mite tired of it, I reckon.
Well, what about now? Is he still seeing her?
Eats most of his evening meals there.
Is that all it amounts to?
Well, folks generally agree that there's some interest building up since his wife's death.
Well, what about his wife? Did she have any chance at all of getting well?
Nope, not according to the doctors.
I see.
Mr. Dollar.
Yeah?
You are barking up that same wrong tree again.
Oh, it kind of adds up.
Figures lie sometimes.
Pretty girl, young and alive, interested maybe. An invalid wife, rundown farm, a $10,000 insurance policy.
All facts, true enough.
He wouldn't be the first man who went wrong with a setup like that.
Not Ben. I told you before, murder just ain't in his nature. Oh, come on. Let's walk on up to the house and talk to him.
Wait a minute, one other thing. That anonymous letter Mrs. Preeny sent us. Now, why would she go out of her way to get Ben Bates in trouble?
Hard to say.
I thought she was a friend of the Bates.
Of Mrs. Bates, yes. Ellen. But for some reason, she never has seemed to like Ben very much. I don't know why she done it, Mr. Dollar, but I sure wouldn't put no stock in what she said. It's just her nature. That's all it is.
It was late afternoon. Long shadows were beginning to stretch out over the flinty ground. Almost the same time of day that Ellen Bates was killed. Killed by her husband, I was beginning to believe. And yet Constable Jed Bramler swore by Ben, his longtime friend. Human ties, human emotions, just plain folks. And a case that was growing messier and more vague by the hour. Not much sign of life.
Well, Ben's in and out. You never know.
Sounds like somebody coming around the house.
Mm-hmm. Must have been working out in the barn. Always plenty to do on a Flint Rock farm.
You come looking for me, Constable.
How are you, Grody? I said, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm just fine.
Ben around?
I've been working out back, fixing to spread it.
Yeah, that's fine, Grody. Is Ben here?
Ben? No. No, Mr. Ben's not here.
Know where he is?
No, he's not here.
Any idea when he'll be back?
No. No, he didn't say. You can go in and sit, though, if you want, Constable.
Maybe we will. Grody, this is Mr. Dollar. Grody Hawkins.
How are you, Grody?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm just fine.
Grody does odd jobs for Ben. Some of the other farmers, too.
Oh, I see. Were you working here the day Mrs. Bates was killed?
That's a lie. I wasn't even near here that day, and anybody that says I was is a liar.
Oh?
I was crew over on the other side of town.
We'll go inside and wait, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah, all right. See you, Grody.
Kind of gets excited when he figures he's being accused something.
Yeah. He seems scared of you. Has he been in trouble before?
Well, petty stuff, like shooting game out of season.
Is he a good shot?
Dead shot. Never misses. Fact.
We waited in the parlor for a while. The room where Ellen Bates had died. Her picture was still over the mantel. A clear-eyed, sober woman, much younger than I'd imagined. The sun gradually set and the light on the picture grew dim, but Ben didn't come back. We gave up finally and drove back to town. I left Bramler at his office and walked down the street to the Shady Lane Cafe to eat dinner.
I'll be right with you, sir.
No hurry.
You'll be cooler if you sit there by the window.
Oh, fine. Thanks. There were a half a dozen tables in the place, all empty. I was the only customer. The girl was pretty and friendly and fitted the description of Millie Wells.
The pot roast is awfully good this evening. I think you'll like it.
All right. You've made a sale.
You're a stranger in town, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm investigating the murder of Ellen Bates.
I see.
Are you by any chance Millie Wells?
Yes.
Then I guess you're the person I'm looking for.
You worked very fast. I thought it would take longer. Oh, I knew you'd find out, of course, sooner or later, but I was hoping Ben and I would have a little time together first.
I see.
We were fools to expect it, though. Once you've been tagged, you don't have a chance.
Did Ellen Bates have a chance?
I didn't give her the slightest cause to worry. I didn't let Ben know once how I felt. Not until after she'd been killed.
That was very considerate of you.
And I know he didn't give me one thought as long as she was alive. It's not in his nature.
So I've heard.
Doesn't it mean anything at all when a person has been acquitted?
Acquitted? Acquitted of what?
Of murder. What else? Isn't that why... Oh. I thought you knew. I thought that's what you...
I guess maybe you'd better tell me about it, Millie.
Now, here's our star to tell you about tomorrow's intriguing episode of this week's story.
Tomorrow, a sudden twist and a cool threat. A strange revelation. And the lies come thick and fast. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by Les Crutchfield. It is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking.
Welcome back. I believe we heard Shirley Mitchell is the woman who sent the letter that has Johnny on this investigation. And this one I think is just very interesting from a psychological standpoint, and a lot of questions based on Johnny's experience. It's probably worth noting because we've had this question in recent weeks about a change of attitude to Johnny. Really suspicious, but not in any way arrogant or sent in any particular direction. We can see that from the way that the show is playing out at this point. But that will actually do it for today. We'll be back on Wednesday with parts 3 and 4 of the Shady Lane matter. Before we get started, I want to let you know today's program is brought to you by the financial support of our listeners, and I especially want to thank Gary so much for his support. We'll send access to the premium site, which we will do with all donations of $7 or more. Now it's time to talk a little bit about today's show, which is certainly unusual. This comes from the Comedy Theater of the Air. It was hosted by Harold Lloyd. Lloyd was a comedian whose career began during the silent era, and he went on to produce many films through his own production company. And his name associated with the theater really did help it to be a success over its 40 weeks on the air from 1944 to 1945. Each episode adapted a Hollywood comedy, and that's the case with today's episode, Having Wonderful Crime. Having Wonderful Crime was actually the title of a 1944 novel by Craig Rice, starring John J. Malone, that was then adapted to a screwball comedy / mystery. To be honest, I'd listened to this program before we did the Malone episodes for this series, but I did not make the connection. Even though the main character was named Malone, the story had a very different flavor from the Amazing Mr. Malone episodes. And it actually correlates a little bit better to the books. When I read the Malone books, it was shockingly different between the radio shows. Lieutenant Brooks was not there. The police were represented by a guy named Von Flanagan in the actual Craig Rice Malone books. In addition, in the books, Malone had a couple of supporting characters, comrades in arms, more usually, though, drinking buddies, named Jack and Helene. And they, of course, were completely absent from the radio program. And I only, through reading the books and then checking through the filmography of Craig Rice, the author of the John J. Malone books, did I notice this particular story, Having a Wonderful Crime. So we're going to give you a little bit of a sample of what the books were like. So with that said, let's go ahead and take a listen to this episode from June the 3rd, 1945, Having a Wonderful Crime, or Having Wonderful Crime.
Hollywood, California, the makers of Old Gold cigarettes present the Comedy Theater. The only radio program that brings you every week the greatest stars in the greatest comedies. Tonight's comedy, the radio version of RKO's picture success, Having Wonderful Crime, starring Pat O'Brien with June Dupre and Tom Conway. And here is the director of the Old Gold Comedy Theater, Mr. Harold Lloyd.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we have chosen that mad comedy mystery of three lovable zanies who are having a wonderful crime. And because our play involves three outstanding people, we are happy to present three of the nicest and most talented people in this town, or any town. Pat O'Brien, June Dupre, and Tom Conway. Now let's get on with the show. When Chicago's famous criminal attorney, Michael J. Malone, together with Jake and Helene, had solved the Wellington murder case, Malone said,
"This is the last time those two screwball friends of mine will get me to play detective, and I mean the last time."
And when voted on by Jake and myself, Malone has solved the notorious Ricardo case and again outsmarted the police. He said,
"No, I should have known better. Allowing myself to be sucked in by those two half-wits again, but this is the last time, and I mean the last time."
Then, when Malone learned that Helene had traced the murder in the Huntington case and needed his assistance, he shouted,
No! Hello. Yes, this is Michael J. Malone. No, Helene. Helene, for the last time, the answer is no. I know you've got the murder. All right, pour him some tea, will you? What? You got him in my office? No. What? Yeah, all right. Keep him there, of course. I'll pick up Jake. We'll be right over. And keep that pistol pointing in the right direction. Toward your head.
"Now, I warn you. One move and I'll pull this trigger. You murderer. The police won't care if I hand you over dead or alive."
Now, lady, think of me, your gray-haired mother. This is going to break a poor old heart.
Well, you should have thought of that before you shot Huntington.
Well, you see, I'm impulsive.
You are? Oh, that's too bad.
So is me poor old mother. I was just on my way to see her.
And where is she?
In the state prison. Got 2 more years to go. You see, I was...
There you are. Don't move toward that door. Stop, I'm going to shoot.
Where is he, Elaine? No! Don't mind me, but you just shot the wrong man.
Honey, are you all right?
Oh, Jake, the murderer. He's behind the door. Look out.
Oh, no, you don't, buddy. Well, that ought to hold our tender comrade for a while.
Oh, Jake, darling, did he hurt you much?
Oh, just broke the skin on my fist. If rabies don't set in, I'll be all right. Are you sure you're all right, honey?
Just kiss me.
This one's for gallantry under fire.
Say, look, I hate to disappoint you two lovebirds, but I am still breathing.
Oh, good heavens, Malone, are you shot?
No, and there's just some large mosquitoes in here.
Look, Malone, you better let me see that shoulder. Oh, that's nothing. That's just a scratch.
Yeah, why don't you get her a bigger gun? Cops! The cops! Come on, let's get out of here!
I'm sorry I shot you, Malone.
Oh, that's all right. Think nothing of it. I'll do the same for you someday, real soon.
Well, look, there's Sergeant Monahan coming this way.
Uh-oh, the pinch is on.
Let's duck into this theater.
I don't want to go in there.
What's wrong?
Well, I've seen this picture.
Get in there before I carry it.
Personal appearance of Great Novell, world's greatest illusionist.
3 tickets, please.
Young man, I was in the line ahead of you, and so were all these other people.
I'm sorry, lady, but if I miss the opening chorus, I just can't follow the plot. Come on, kids, in you go.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the great Novell, the most baffling, vanishing act of all time. He will appear locked in this escape-proof cabinet and will reappear on the platform suspended above your head. We would like a volunteer to pull the cord.
I always wanted to go on stage. I'll pull the cord.
Oh, be quiet. Will you sit down or I'll slug?
Malone. Slugging a wife is a privilege reserved exclusively for her husband. Sit down, wifey dear, or I'll slug you.
That's right, you should slug. What did you say? Wife?
Oh, sure. Didn't she tell you? We did a little disappearing ourselves today. Mr. Malone, Mrs. Justice.
How do you do?
How do you do? Congratulations. May I suggest a nice honeymoon trip to South Pole is beautiful this time of the year.
No, thanks. We're going to Lenhart Lodge.
You volunteered to pull the cord, madam?
I certainly did.
Well, here you are. Just pull the cord for you.
Oh, this is fun. Here goes. Oh, there's no one in there. I must have pulled the wrong cord.
Oh, the guy probably didn't like the show and went home.
And I should have gone with him.
Ladies and gentlemen, something has just happened. The great Bobel in doing his disappearing act has disappeared completely. No one is to leave the theater. We've sent for the police.
Oh, the police. Here we go again. Let's try the stage exit.
I'm sorry, sir. I have orders to allow no one to leave.
Oh, I've got to go. I got a nosebleed.
Oh, I see. But how about these people?
Never saw him before in my life.
I'm his nurse.
I'm his doctor.
But I've got orders.
Get in, honey. We've got a long drive ahead of us. So long, Malone. We're off to Lake Lenhart.
So long, kids. Happy honeymoon and good riddance. You deserve each other.
And don't forget, Malone, I want a cut of that check.
What check?
Well, the one you're going to get for defending the murderer in the Huntington case.
What are you talking about? What makes you think I'm going to defend that guy?
Well, I know you're always looking for new business, so I left your card on his chest.
You left me... No. Jake, did you hear that?
Oh, what can I do? She loves me. So long, Malone.
Oh, no, you don't. Huntington case was your idea. If you think I'm going to sit up all night answering questions while the cops grill me, you're daffy. I'm going with you.
But, Malone, don't you understand? We're on our honeymoon.
So what? I'm going with you anyway. Come on. Here comes Malone. He's the chaperone.
And now back to Harold Lloyd and tonight's Old Gold Comedy Theater presentation, Having Wonderful Crime, starring Pat O'Brien, June Dupre, and Tom Conway. All right, Mr. Lloyd.
This next act might very well be entitled Honeymoon for Three. On the road to Lenhart Lodge, we find Malone, Jake, and Helene. Malone is unhappy, Jake is in love, and Helene is driving. And with that set up, anything can happen, and usually does.
Mrs. Justice, would you mind keeping both hands on the wheel?
Mr. Malone, the $2 I spent for the marriage license also includes the privilege of kissing my wife.
He's just jealous because no one would ever marry him.
Oh, yeah? I do all right in my own quiet way. Don't look now, but just ahead of us, the road divides.
Oh, now let's see. Was it the left road or the right road?
Just avoid the middle, because there's no road there. It's just a big tree.
How about the left road?
No, that wouldn't be the right road.
How about the right road?
No, that would be the wrong road.
I guess I'm with the wrong people.
By the way, darling, there's something I forgot to ask you before we were married.
Hmm?
Oh, that's all right, Jake. She's a big girl now.
We had more privacy in the Pentagon building. What were you saying, darling?
I forgot to ask you, can you cook?
Why, no. I thought you could.
Oh. No. I figured on doing the knitting.
Oh. Anyway, Mama loves Papa.
And Papa's burning up with love for Mama.
I guess you two know about the birds and the bees. Hey, look out! We hit something?
Helene, honey, you said it was the left road.
Well, I was looking through the mirror.
Oh, that's just what I love about you.
No, let me out of here. I'm walking the rest of the way into the nearest bar.
Mr. Bartender.
Yes, miss.
May I have a glass of sherry?
Oh, certainly. Say, aren't you Phyllis Gray, the diving champion?
That's right.
I thought I'd seen you in a lot of dives. Oh, that was a dandy. You're here for the aquatic meet at Lenhart Lodge, aren't you?
From the looks of the posters all over your bar, I must be.
Oh, you know, I love the water. An uncle of mine was a great diver. One time he stayed underwater for 3 weeks. He hit a rock. Oh, my, that's a dandy, all right. All right.
I hope the bourbon is better than that joke.
I was talking to the lady.
Oh, how do you do? Well, haven't we met somewhere before? Said he with a great deal of magnanimous charm.
We certainly have.
Well, I'll admit that I didn't expect that answer, but it's nice to renew an old acquaintance.
Is it? Evidently you don't remember when we met before.
You don't say.
The people of the state of Illinois versus Frank Lombardo.
Oh, sure. Sure, now I remember. You were the witness with the dimpled knees.
You tried to make a perfect liar out of me.
Oh, no, wait a minute. No, let me explain. You see, when I'm representing a client at the bar, I'm one person. But when I'm parked at the bar with a beautiful gal, I'm somebody else. I'm really two people.
Well, three's a crowd. Maybe I'd better leave.
No. Habeas corpus. And members of the jury would agree. Not a bad corpus, either.
Don't look now, Helene, but doesn't that man remind you of someone we know?
He looks like Michael J. Malone, but he can't be. We left him on the road walking back to Chicago.
Friends of yours, Mr. Malone?
No, just barflies in the ointment. Now, as I was saying...
That Malone, it's open season with him all the year round.
All wolf and a yard wide.
And him with a beautiful wife upstairs. Oh, Malone.
Oh, well, if I must, I must.
He's come off us, honey?
Oh, no, he's much too tired.
Oh, what is your name?
Phyllis Gray.
Oh, yes. Miss Gray? Meet Shaky and Breathless. Now, will you two scram?
Now, Michael J. Malone, that's no way to talk to newlyweds.
Newlyweds? Why didn't you say so, Mr. Malone?
Well, as a matter of fact, I was just getting around to it. In fact, I was going to invite you to come along on their honeymoon.
Now, wait a minute, Malone.
Oh, don't worry, Jake. I'll take care of everything. Who protects the poor working girl? Who protects the rich working girl? Who protects any working girl? Michael J. Malone.
She doesn't even have to be working.
Look, Malone, I'm a married man, so I'm not interested any longer. But,
go on. There's a fee for legal advice, you know.
How do you manage to attract all these beautiful women?
I just take a big mousetrap and I put in a piece of cheese, and when they come out for the piece of cheese...
They get you.
Naturally.
I beg your pardon, but are these two newlyweds?
Yes, bartender. Ghastly, aren't they?
Well, I don't mind. Say, how about kissing the bride?
Well, certainly. That's a wonderful idea. Get married more often.
They should call for a drink for the bride and groom.
Say, drink for the bride and groom? Wonderful idea. What do they have, Jake? Soda or water?
Soda.
Bartender? 2 Mickeys with soda. Oh, no, wait a minute. No, hold it, bartender. I got a better idea. Folks, the happy groom would like to buy a drink for the house. Champagne for everybody.
Malone, what are you saying?
I said champagne for everybody.
Well, it was a sweet gesture, Malone. We'll be seeing you.
No, don't bother. Just sign the tab, sonny boy.
Oh.
Give him the check, bartender.
Okay, here you are, sir.
Nothing like buying a drink for the boys. Come along, Mrs. Justice. Good night, all.
Oh, Mrs. Justice. By the way, just a word of advice. When you carry your husband across the threshold, don't trip. He's the collapsible model.
Oh, he's a fine man, Mr. Malone. Put a nice tip on the bill, too.
Oh, he's one of the finest fellas I've ever... What? Malone? Malone? That's me.
Well, if it is, your name's on the tab for $147 and $63 tip.
No.
Mr. Malone, what's the idea of dragging me out to the boathouse at this hour?
Well, I have a little fishing to do, Miss Gray. Certain fish bite better at night, I hope.
Fish of the Malone type?
Oh, such lack of faith. All right, into the canoe, step down.
Aren't you going to take any oars with you?
Oh, what do I want with oars? I use my arms for paddles. I do it the hard way. I forgot to ask. Can you swim long distance?
Yes, and if necessary, I have roller skates that work on water. Well, aren't you going to get in?
Hey, Malone! Malone!
Uh-oh. Hold the boat alongside the float for a minute.
Malone, we need you.
What is this?
Don't stop to ask questions. Just come along.
This is important, Malone.
So's this.
Well, come along, Malone. Come along.
Oh, go away, fellas.
Mr. Malone, I'm drifting. Throw me an oar.
Back as soon as I can, honey.
Come on now, Helene, what gives?
Well, we went up to the suite.
We found a trunk that didn't belong to either of us.
It was unlocked, so we opened it.
What'd you pull out this time, a rabbit?
A body.
Oh, anybody I know?
I tell you, Malone, we found a dead man in the trunk.
Oh, housing shortage. Yeah. Look, if we're going to play games, I got a gal out there. I'd rather play post office.
But, Malone, it's no game, believe me.
He's really on the level, huh?
Oh, honor bright.
What are we going to do, Malone?
Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do.
Yes?
What, Malone?
I'm going to pack up and leave quietly.
But, Malone, you don't understand. The trunk is in your room.
The trunk is up. They take... No!
Oh, this is fun.
Act 3 of Having Wonderful Crime, starring Pat O'Brien, June Dupre, and Tom Conway. All right, Mr. Lloyd.
Yes, trouble seems to go looking for Michael J. Malone. Trouble sometimes spelled out Jake and Helene. And other times just plain trouble, such as finding a trunk in his room at Lenhart Lodge with a dead body in it. And then later finding that same trunk and same body missing.
Malone, I tell you, there was a trunk in the room with a dead man in it.
Bodies, dead ones in particular, just don't walk out of hotel rooms.
Well, if there's no trunk and no body, we've nothing to worry about. Because where there's no body, there's no crime. Isn't that right, Counselor?
Now, look, that trunk's going to show up somewhere, and if there's a body in it, you can bet your last buck they'll trace a little surprise package to us. It never fails.
In that case, we'd better find it before someone else does. Hello, desk. This is Mr. Justice. Do you know anything about a trunk being taken out of 205? No? Okay, thanks.
Wait a minute. What's this lying on the floor?
Oh, it's the kind of paper they put on shelves.
It is, huh? It just happens to be a theatrical poster, that's all.
Why, that's the picture of the great Movell.
The guy who disappeared.
But what was he doing here at Lenhart Lake?
You can read, can't you? It says right here on the poster, the great Movell, master illusionist, Lenhart Auditorium, June 1st.
Then he played here before we saw his act in Chicago.
Throw that rope over the poster of Movell. Go on, hurry up.
Okay. There, that's all covered.
Come in.
I'm Mr. Winslow, manager of the hotel here. The clerk told me about your trunk. I'm frightfully upset.
That makes it unanimous.
I don't understand how anyone could have taken it out without our seeing it. And the gentleman I'd wanted to ask about it, the one in 203, checked out of the lodge early this evening.
What gentleman?
Mr. Fred King.
You recognize him by a picture?
Why, yes, I think so.
Helene, take the rope off that poster.
Alakazam, abracadabra. There you are.
Oh, that's him. That's Fred King.
That, my friend, is the great Movell.
Why, the porter said he saw him prowling around the room while you folks were downstairs.
You did, huh? Well, it was his last prowl. He's been murdered.
Murdered? Not here in my hotel.
He was here inside that trunk.
Well, we'd better call the police right away.
Police?
Oh, here we go again.
Of course, we'll all be available in case they want to ask questions.
Just a minute, Mr. Winslow. Just a minute. I wouldn't be in a hurry to call the police. You see, there's your hotel to think of, and things like this can ruin it.
Besides, we've done a bit of dabbling in these things ourselves. Now, you take the Huntington case. Ouch!
Oh, did I step on your foot, Sid, darling?
You certainly did. Anyway, don't worry your pretty little head, Mr. Winslow. We'll have the trunk and everything in it.
Including Mrs. Justice, I hope.
Before you can say Michael J. Malone.
Well, shall we say 24 hours?
Shall we say a day?
In less than that. Good night.
Good night.
My dear girl, may I be the first to present you with a Combination Detective Diploma Junior G-Man badge. Good night.
Oh, Malone, where are you going?
Mr. Justice, just let us say I am allergic to you.
Now, look, Malone, we're all in the same boat.
Boat. Oh, yes. Pardon me, I've got to see a dame about a canoe.
Calling someone, Malone?
Oh, hello, Mr. Winslow. What goes on?
Well, earlier this evening, Mrs. Justice mentioned the Huntington case.
No. She said my hunting case.
And so I did a little sleuthing on my own.
Oh, you found the body?
No. I learned the police are looking for you in the Huntington murder case.
Well, Mr. Winslow, I also did a little sleuthing. I learned that Fred King, alias the Great Movell, who supposedly checked out of the lodge, never checked in. Now, how do you explain that?
I think we understand each other, Mr. Malone.
I'm sure we do, Mr. Winslow.
I've got a deal for you.
If it pays off in real money, I'm interested.
It pays off to the tune of $12,500.
Well, that's a mighty pretty tune. What's the deal? Look, I'm no cop. What's the story?
Well, you probably already know that Linhart Lodge and all the property here is owned by the two old maid Linhart sisters. Elizabeth, the older sister, invited Movell here for one night and gave him a check for $50,000 for his performance.
$50,000? And I had to be a lawyer.
Well, Myra, the other sister, asked me to get the check back. I offered me $25,000 if I could. Now, you see, I handle a great deal of their business.
Well, brother, how you handle it?
I approached Movell, said the old gal was simple-minded, offered to make a settlement, but he wouldn't bargain with me, so...
So you knocked him off?
Yes, backstage at the theater.
And you stuffed him into his trunk, huh?
Yes. And I had the trunk shipped up here to Linhart Lodge. I planned to drop it off in the lake, but you beat me to it.
Unintentionally, Mr. Winslow. Believe me, unintentionally. You see, when I registered without luggage, the porter figured the M on Movell's trunk must have stood for Malone, so he sent it up to my room.
You mean you didn't tell the porter that it was your trunk?
No, I didn't have the vaguest idea there was a trunk or what was in it until it was brought up to my room.
I thought you were in on it from the beginning, Malone.
Well, I always prefer being in on deals at the end. Payoff still goes, doesn't it, Mr. Winslow? $12,500?
Oh, sure. I'll give you the dough. It's here in my inside pocket.
I'll get it myself, Winslow. And pardon me while I relieve you of that automatic in your inside pocket. Thanks.
No, don't shoot, Malone. Don't.
Oh, this is fun.
What are you doing up there?
We had a grandstand seat in this canoe rack. We heard Winslow was looking for us, so we slipped in without paying admission.
What's the canoe slipping off the rack, Jay?
Oh, look out for your head, Malone.
Good morning, Mr. Malone. I'm the new nurse. How's the head?
Well, I wouldn't know, beautiful, until you held my hand.
Pulse is normal.
Never mind my pulse, honey. How about my heart?
Did you see the morning paper?
How about my heart?
It says, prominent criminal attorney solves murder mystery.
No kidding. My heart says that?
No, the paper.
How do you like that? I'm a celebrity.
Isn't it thrilling? You know, 3 weeks ago, we had a tailor who pressed Frank Sinatra's pants. Oh.
Say, that's wonderful.
No, he was in them. I'll see who that is. There's a young lady outside to see you.
Young lady? Send her in.
She's with a gentleman.
Give him out.
It's a Mr. and Mrs. Justice.
Mr. and Mrs. Justice. No. I'm going right through that window.
Oh, no, it isn't open.
It is now.
Well, so closes the story of having wonderful crime. Right now, Pat O'Brien, June Dupre, and Tom Conway, our thanks to you for a most enjoyable half hour.
Thank you, Harold. I enjoyed every bit.
It was a pleasure.
Certainly was.
Who's on the old gold rush tonight?
Well, we're very happy to welcome next week June Allison with Reginald Gardner, Don DeFore, and Bill Williams in the RKO production, Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Believe me, I'll be listening.
So will I.
Me too.
Good night, folks, until next Sunday. See you then.
Having a Wonderful Crime was presented through the courtesy of RKO, producers of Enchanted Cottage. Pat O'Brien's next picture is RKO's The Amorous Ghost. Tom Conway will soon be seen in the RKO production, The Falcon in San Francisco. And now until next Sunday evening, don't let little annoyances get you down. Why, be irritated. Light an old gold. Its tobaccos are conditioned with apple honey to help guard against cigarette dryness and to give you more smoking pleasure. This is Bob Williams saying good night for Old Gold.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Welcome back. Well, Pat O'Brien would not be my choice to play John Malone. And the no thing was a bit overdone. In addition, the lack of mystery or the minimization of mystery in this story is notable. But this is one of the big challenges you face when you take a movie of about an hour and a half long and you have to condense it into a 30-minute radio program. Well, we turn now to listener comment and feedback, and Deanna emails in, thank you for all the work you put into the show. Being able to listen to old shows while I'm working makes the days go faster. I was thinking that the amazing Mr. Malone should be renamed The Guesswork of Mr. Malone. Just about every show he accuses everyone of the crime, and through the process of elimination arrives at the guilty party. Not very amazing. Well, it's amazing that he hasn't been sued for slander or some other offense. But she goes on to say, thanks again, Adam, and keep up the good work. Well, I think that's definitely a point. Some of these programs, while they're all old-time radio detectives, they're all very different, and I think people listen to it and enjoy them for different reasons. I don't think with the amazing Mr. Malone, one of those reasons is the high quality of mysteries. All right, well, we do have a listener voicemail, so let's go ahead and take a listen to that.
Hey, this is Tom. I listen to the Great Detectives radio show. Hey, I just wanted to say, keep up the good work. See ya.
Well, thanks so much, Tom. I appreciate you taking the time to call in. And you too can call in and leave your message, 208-991-4783. And that will actually do it for today. You can send your comments to box13@greatdetectives.net. Well, before we do get started, I do want to let you know that today's episode is brought to you by the financial support of our listeners. Thank you so much for your support. And I want to thank Joan, Lise, Jermaine, and Gary for their generous support. We'll send access to our premium site, as we do with all donations of $7 or more. Now it is time for us to, and you can support the show at support.greatdetectives.net. Now it's time for today's episode of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, The Shady Lane Matter, Part 3 and Part 4.
From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
Mr. Dollar. Well, this is Jet Bramler.
Oh, hiya, Constable.
Reckon I got the wrong number. I was calling the Shady Lane Cafe.
Now, you've got it. I'm sitting right here at the counter.
Yes, well, but where's Millie, Mr. Dollar?
She's busy crying at the moment. I'm waiting for her to get through and hoping she'll confess to murder.
Now, you hadn't ought to gone and made her cry that way. Millie is a fine girl.
That's the trouble with this whole case. According to you, everybody in this township is fine people, all of them. Ellen Bates was a fine woman, too, and now she's dead. And one of these fine people killed her. I'm going to find out which one, Mr. Bramler, and I'm going to tag him for it. With your help or without it.
Tonight And every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar, location Shady Lane, Vermont, to the Home Office, Star Mutual Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. Assignment, the Shady Lane matter. Expense account continued. Item 7, $1.40, one pot roast special at the Shady Lane Cafe, while waitress Millie Wells dried her tears and repaired her face. I thought over what she'd said, what I'd taken for a confession, and tried to fit it in with the other facts in the case. What few facts there were. A young farm wife, a semi-invalid named Ellen Bates, had been shot to death while sitting at the front window of her house. The weapon was an old-fashioned squirrel rifle, a type of gun owned by half the people in the township. Ellen Bates had no known enemies. Her husband, beneficiary of a $10,000 insurance policy on his wife's life, had been accused by a spiteful neighbor of carrying on with pretty waitress Millie Wells.
It's a lie, Mr. Dollar. Anyone who says Ben and I were seeing each other or even thought of such a thing before his wife's death is a mean, vicious liar.
All right, take it easy now, take it easy. There's no point in getting yourself all worked up and starting to cry again.
Ben's a fine man, straight and decent. And it makes me boil to have some low, sneaking gossip try to smear his reputation without reason.
It reflects on your reputation a little too, Millie.
I don't care about me. I told you what I've been through. I'm used to it.
Do you ever get used to something like that?
No, not really. A murder charge isn't an easy thing to forget. You dream about it nights. Prison, the courtroom, the trial, the things they said about you.
But you were acquitted, finally.
I was acquitted, and I was innocent. Just being tried for murder brands a person for life.
What were the details of the case?
First, let me tell you about Ben. You haven't met him yet, Mr. Dollar. You don't know him. And I know the line you're thinking along.
It's the way things point, Millie.
Then things point wrong, that's all.
Maybe. Go on.
Well, he's been coming in here for the last 6 months. Not often, just every once in a while, just to eat.
Does Ben know you stood trial on a murder charge?
He does now. He didn't before his wife was killed. We just made conversation, that's all.
And since her death?
There's been no carrying on, as some people choose to think. One day Ben said, Millie, when this mess is all settled, I'd like very much to see more of you.
That's all?
That's all. And that's enough. Because I love him.
About the trial, Millie.
It was 4 years ago, in Chicago. I was working for a family on the West Side as a nursemaid, governess. They were wonderful.
What happened?
The wife died suddenly, under strange circumstances. It could have been an accident, or it might have been poison. I thought you already knew about it. That's why I blurted it out that way.
Oh, I'd have found out anyway, sooner or later.
Yes, I know. It was in all the headlines. The same things that they'll be saying about me here.
What do you mean?
I was accused of murdering the wife because I was in love with the husband.
I left the Shady Lane Cafe, and the tortured girl whose secret, close hidden for 4 frightened years, was now the property of a stranger. It was late now, and the town square was dark and deserted. A stark white moon was climbing the eastern sky, and the soft summer night's breath stirred in the leafy tops of the maples, whispering other secrets. Secrets the villagers dared not stay abroad and listen to. A fantasy, sure, pure and simple. Maybe it was a bad slice of pot roast. Anyway, the dim light burning in the office of Constable Jed Bramler brought me back to harsh reality.
Come in, Mr. Dollar. Come in, pull up a chair.
Okay, thanks.
That girl stopped crying yet?
Sniffling a little, maybe, but she's practically stopped. For the time being, at least.
Mean something by that?
You know what I mean by it.
I reckon you must have found out about her past, so to speak.
You knew about it?
Yeah, since the day she came to town. Stopped in to see me, told me all about it.
Well, you were keeping it pretty quiet, weren't you?
It was told in confidence, Mr. Dollar.
All right, but this is a murder case.
It don't have no bearing. Millie ain't involved.
Would you mind if I had a chance to decide that once in a while?
Didn't know you'd be interested.
Don't you realize that Millie Wells may be the reason for the killing?
Still beating a dead horse, eh?
I think that horse is coming to life, Mr. Bramler.
You do?
The way things stand right now, a prosecuting attorney could go into court with a pretty strong case. The charge, first-degree murder. Accused, your friend Ben Bates.
You ain't met Ben yet, Mr. Dollar.
No, I haven't met him, but the facts add up. It's an old story.
Yeah? It's downright classic.
An invalid wife, a pretty girl, a rundown farm that doesn't look as though it's made a profit in years. A $10,000 life insurance policy dangling like a carrot.
Yeah. Fact is, it's even worse a picture if you're a mind to look at it that way.
How?
That farm of Ben's ain't only run down, it's mortgaged to the hilt.
Oh.
Ben needed money for Ellen's operations. She'd had 3 in the last year and a half. He tried every way he knew how to, but the banks wouldn't touch it.
Well, in that case...
Martin Preeny, his next-door neighbor, come through and helped him out. $7,500.
Is the farm worth that much?
Nope. Wouldn't bring $4,500 if it was sold tomorrow. That's what I mean. Ben feels pretty obligated.
And the $10,000 from that policy on his wife would have taken the pressure off all the way around. Plus, leave him free to marry Millie Wells.
All right. I know it adds up that way. I've been studying over this thing for a month now, trying to figure out some other way of explaining it, hoping that somebody would show their hand. Yes, make a move of some kind.
And nothing's happened, huh?
No. Whoever done it is just sitting tight, waiting. Might be a good thing that you come along. Might jar things loose a little.
Yeah. Well, whether I'm right or wrong, one thing we've got to jar loose is that gun.
That's a fact, all right. Can't make much of a case against nobody without that gun.
You said nearly everybody in the township owned one of those old-fashioned squirrel rifles, the type Ellen was killed with.
That's right.
Well, what about her husband? Does Ben own one?
Nope. Nothing but a shotgun.
Yes, I saw it when we were out there this afternoon hanging over the mantel. But at the same time, I noticed something else.
What do you mean?
That shotgun was resting on a pair of hooks set into the bricks above the fireplace. But the hooks hadn't been put there for that particular gun. Now, they were too far apart.
What are you getting at, Mr. Dollar?
I think those hooks would fit a squirrel rifle just fine.
Ben ain't one to lie. He told me he didn't have a rifle. But that's something else I've been studying about.
What do you mean?
I kind of half remember seeing a squirrel gun hanging over that mantel in years gone by.
Expense account item 8, $3. Car expense for another trip out to the Bates farm. A late night trip this time, and the last one, I hoped. Constable Bramler had suggested that my being in the case might help stir things up. Good, I was all for it. And not just stir things up, but wind them up. Tonight, maybe, if we caught Ben Bates at home.
Lights on inside.
Yeah, he must be here someplace.
Oh, evening, Jed.
Ben, like you to meet Mr. Johnny Dollar.
Mr. Dollar?
Hi, Ben.
You fellas are out late.
Little, I reckon. Mind if we come inside, Ben?
Oh, sure. Sorry, Jed, I didn't think. Well, let's go on back through to the kitchen. That's about the only room I use since... Well, anymore, I mean. Set yourselves down there at the table. I'll get us some lemonade if there's any ice left.
Oh, a lemonade lift would suit me fine.
Don't go to no trouble for us, Ben.
No, no trouble at all. Got it already made. Just have to chip a little ice into it. I reckon you'll kind of have to bear with me. I'm not much used to having callers come around since Ellen.
It's all right, Ben.
Here we are. You fellas got some business out this way tonight?
Fact is, Ben, we come out here to talk to you. Mr. Dollar is an insurance investigator. He's here to find out who killed Ellen.
I see. You got any ideas yet, Mr. Dollar?
I've kind of got an idea you might have done it, Ben.
I wouldn't have harmed a hair of Ellen's head.
I could be wrong.
Mr. Dollar has been checking around, Ben, talking to people here and there. Preenies, Millie Wells.
What's Millie got to do with it?
Nothing, maybe. Or she might be part of the motive.
I didn't even make her acquaintance, hardly, before the last week or two.
What about Mrs. Preeny? You've known her longer, haven't you?
Yes, she was a good friend of Ellen's. Why?
She thinks you killed your wife. She wrote an anonymous letter about it to the insurance company.
The woman's crazy. I knew she never liked me for some reason, but I sure wouldn't figure her to go that far.
Ben, whatever happened to that squirrel rifle you had around the house?
Why, the week before Ellen died, somebody...
Yes, Ben?
No, I didn't lie to you, Jed, not actually. When I told you I didn't have a rifle like that, I didn't. Not then. And you didn't ask me if I had one.
What happened to the rifle?
Well, it was stolen the week before Ellen was killed. I haven't seen it since.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's the truth, Mr. Dollar.
You didn't report it being stolen?
Ellen asked me not to. She figured she knew who took it, and she wanted to give them a chance to make good. You know how she was.
But after she'd been shot by that same kind of rifle, you still didn't report it.
Report afterward that the gun had been took before?
Who might have taken it, Ben?
I've tried to think. Wasn't nobody came here that week except Mrs. Preeny and Grody Hawkins.
Grody Hawkins?
That's the hired hand we met here this afternoon, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah, I know. The one who was a dead shot with a gun.
No. Grody wouldn't kill nobody. He's a little touched, maybe, but he's good-hearted and gentle.
Is he another one of your pets, Constable? Don't you care whether the killer is identified?
Kind of a funny question to ask a murder victim's uncle.
Uncle? Mr. Bramler, was Ellen Bates your niece?
She was. Didn't think to mention it, Mr. Dollar. Just figured you knew, I guess. And anyhow, it don't have no bearing.
From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar. Hello? 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 Sorry to scare off your caller, Ben.
You always answer other people's phones, Mr. Dollar?
Yeah, when it's right at my elbow, and when I want to find out who's calling at this time of night.
Did you find out?
I think so. I know of only one person in the township who'd probably hang up when they heard my voice.
And who you reckon that'd be, Mr. Dollar?
Millie Wells, Jed. Who else?
I think you'd better leave Millie out of this if you don't mind.
I can understand your concern, Ben, but I'm afraid I can't go along with it. Your wife has been murdered. Gossip around town says you and Millie have been interested in each other. And Millie stood trial 4 years ago on a charge of murder. Add it up, Ben. Add it up.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar, location Shady Lane, Vermont, to the Home Office, Star Mutual Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. Assignment, the Shady Lane matter. Expense account continued. It was a messy case, hard to move around in. A small community, and everybody in it was a neighbor or friend of everybody else. Except, of course, the unknown person who'd murdered Ellen, Ben Bates' invalid wife. But the ties were close. Ellen, it turned out, was the niece of Constable Jed Bramler. And Sarah Preeny, next-door neighbor, had accused Ben of carrying on with waitress Millie Wells, who was a good friend of Constable Bramler. And Sarah Preeny's husband had helped Ben out of a jam by loaning him $7,500 on a worthless farm. Yeah, it was sticky and tight and uncomfortable. Touch one domino and you moved all of them. But the key to the game, I was still convinced, was Ben Bates himself.
Yeah, you're wrong, Mr. Dollar. I've known Ben here for more years than I care to think about. Murder just ain't in his nature.
Mr. Bramler, I think you're just too close to this case to keep a perspective on it.
I know these people, and you don't.
Well, that's exactly the point. Ben is your friend. He was married to your niece, so you just can't imagine him committing a murder.
It ain't in his nature.
Oh, I've never seen a killer yet without at least a few friends who were certain that murder wasn't in his nature.
Now listen to me, both of you. It's not a question of my nature. It's a question of fact, and the fact is a plain and simple one. I didn't kill Ellen, Mr. Dollar.
A lot of things say different, Ben.
And there's nothing at all between me and Millie. If Ellen had lived, I'd have never spoken to her. As it is, I've only asked her if I could see her sometime, once this thing is all settled.
Well, you're together at least. That's about what she told me.
We're together because it's the truth, Mr. Dollar.
Or because you've already talked it over.
One fault I haven't got is lying.
Not even about your rifle being stolen?
Oh, well, it wasn't no actual lie. When Jed here asked me if I had a squirrel gun, I said no. And like I told you, I didn't then. It had already been stolen.
Suppose he'd asked you if you had a squirrel rifle.
Well, I reckon I'd have had to fess up to it.
Well, we'll never know, of course, for sure. But one thing is sure. After your wife was shot and killed by a gun of that same type, you still didn't report to the constable here that yours had been taken.
Well, I explained it to you. How would it have looked if I'd have told him after Ellen was shot that my old squirrel gun had been stolen before?
And you didn't report the theft when it happened because Ellen asked you not to. Is that the story?
She thought she knew who took it. She wanted a chance to get it back without causing them trouble.
And, of course, she's not here now to back you up on that.
It's the truth. She was like that. Jed here, I'll tell you. Kind-hearted and tolerant with people.
Yeah, she was that all right. It's a fact.
If either Mrs. Preeny or Grody Hawkins took it, and they're the only ones that was here that week, then she was aiming to talk to whichever one it was and get it back without bringing the law in, only she never had the chance to. She was killed.
Yeah, and that gun figures in it somehow. It's bound to. Look, we've got to find it, Mr. Bramler.
Might take some doing.
Then we better get at it.
Tonight?
Tonight. We got things stirred up now. Let's keep them stirred up.
All right.
Ben, you claim you're not guilty of this.
It ain't a claim. It's a fact.
Then who would you say is the most likely suspect?
Ellen didn't have a single enemy in this world, as far as I know. There ain't a person in this township that had a reason to kill her.
Except you.
For the money, you mean? For that life insurance policy?
It's worth $10,000.
And I'm that kind, you think? A man who'd murder his own wife just to get his hands on $10,000.
Ben, I don't know. But there's one thing you can count on. I'm going to find out. Constable Bramler and I left Ben alone in his empty farmhouse, drove back into town. The moon was higher now, and the countryside was dappled in black and silver. And it, too, was empty and silent. We alone moved and made noise as we rattled down the winding dirt road through the flint rock valleys between the sleeping elms and maples. Logic still pointed at Ben Bates, but I'd begun to doubt logic a little. Bramler was right. Murder didn't seem to be in Ben's nature. And I wasn't sure now whether he sat there in his silent house alone with guilt or alone with grief.
Grody lives back of the feed store there.
What do you mean, back of it?
Well, kind of a shack there on the back corner of the lot. They let him live in it in return for keeping an eye on the store at night.
Yeah, quite a choice for a night watchman, a kid who's been up several times for petty theft.
Mm-hmm. I reckon it does seem a bit odd. Well, let's go see if he's there. You know, folks around here use a person according to his nature. Grody is pretty reliable at something he's made responsible for.
And why do you think he might have stolen that squirrel rifle from Ben Bates' place? He was working for Ben, wasn't he?
But just as a hired hand. He wasn't hired specially not to steal. But here he is.
Oh, now, that's a fine point of ethics.
Well, most points of ethics is that way. Reckon Grody just does ornery things sometimes so people will notice him, take an interest in him. He's a little simple-minded, but he ain't a bad kid at heart.
Is anybody bad in your book, Mr. Bramler?
Whoever killed Ellen Bates is. Watch step now. It's pretty dark back here.
Yeah. I hope nobody has dug a hole here someplace.
Ain't likely. No, I think the door is here by the corner somewhere, if I recollect rightly. It's been a long time. Watch it.
You all right?
Bruised my shins all. Now, who in the Sam Hill put all these boxes in front of the door here?
You stop right there now. Don't you move.
He's got a rifle on us.
All right, don't try nothing, Mr. Dollar. Like I told you, he's a dead shot.
What you whispering about there?
Never you mind, Grody. You just put that gun down.
I'll put it down. Don't you move now. Let me get my flashlight.
It's Jed, Grody. Constable Bramler. Mr. Dollar's with me.
You stand still till I get a light on you. And then we'll see. Golly tits.
Yes, didn't you recognize my voice?
Never can tell. People might try something funny. Try to break in. Something like that.
Well, now that you know who we are, Grody, how about having a look at that gun you're holding on us?
Well, I don't know. I guess if Constable Bramler says it's all right.
It's all right, Grody. Let him look at the gun.
All right, then. Here.
Thanks. Mind holding the flashlight here?
All right.
Well, at least this isn't the one. It's a .22.
What are you fellas up to, anyhow?
Grody, what did you do with that squirrel rifle you took from over Ben Bates's mantle? Well, Grody?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't.
Anybody who says I done that is lying.
Nah. Don't get excited, Grody. We don't want to wake up this whole town while we're walking across there.
Where are we going, Constable?
Over to the city jail. Quiet night. Not even a mockingbird singing out there.
I wish that bird back in the cell would do some singing.
Yeah, he will. Always gets to bothering him after he's in for a while.
30 minutes hasn't bothered him much.
He'll talk pretty soon.
Provided, of course, he has anything to talk about.
I know that boy inside out. Now, whether he stole that gun or not, he's lying about something. I'm going to have to buy some oil one of these days. Doggone chair even gets on my nerves.
I don't think anything gets on your nerves, Mr. Bramley.
Well, the country up here has that kind of influence, I reckon. These hills are older than man. They seen a lot of things come and go. Guess they kind of quiet a person down if he stays here long enough.
I doubt if this place is as quiet as it looks. I think there are things under the surface like flint rocks in a field, and sooner or later they work to the top and break off a plowshare.
Yeah, happens sometimes.
Isn't there anyone you can think of who might have hated her, even slightly?
Miss Dollar, if I was to say honestly who I thought was the best-liked person in this whole township, I would have to name my niece, Ellen Bates.
And yet somebody put a bullet through her head and fired at her from the brush without even any warning.
It's a fact.
There had to be a lot of hate behind that bullet. Or a lot of greed.
Same old tune, eh? Ben killed her for the insurance.
I keep coming back to it because nothing else makes any sense.
And neither does that.
He owed that mortgage to Martin Preeny, and the farm wasn't worth it.
Martin wasn't pressing him for it?
Maybe not. But if I tagged Ben right, he still felt the obligation, the sense of pressure. $10,000 must have looked pretty big to him.
Not that big, Mr. Dollar.
Then there's Millie Wells, pretty as a picture and in love with him. And an invalid wife at home.
Constable?
Well, our pigeon's starting to chirp.
Well, let him think I ain't coming right away. He gets more anxious. Saves time in the long run.
Matter of understanding his nature, huh?
Something like that.
Constable Bramley?
What about your nature, Mr. Bramley?
Always was kind to my mother.
And your niece, too?
Meaning?
How did you and Ellen get along?
Fine. Just fine.
Constable!
Reckon he must be ready to talk now.
It's true. I was lying about it. I stole that gun, all right. But I ain't got it now.
Where is it, Brody?
I sold it to Mr. Martin Preeny to hang in his house.
Martin Preeny?
Yeah, can't figure Martin paying money for something to hang in the house. He's too tight-fisted.
He gave me $4 for it about 3 weeks ago.
That would be after Ellen was shot. And you took the gun the week before the murder.
Are you saying that I shot Miss Bates?
That gun was in your possession at the time, Grody.
Oh, she was the best friend I ever had. The only one in this town that ever treated me like somebody. I wouldn't never done nothing to hurt Miss Bates.
You had that gun, the same kind she was killed with.
Oh, that gun ain't been fired in years.
What?
Well, Mr. Bates never did use it. Why, it's even got rust inside the barrel.
Grody, for your sake, I hope it has.
Now, here's our star to tell you about the final intriguing episode of this week's story.
Tomorrow, one domino tips, the whole stack tumbles, and the last man falls with a crash. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by Les Crutchfield, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking.
Welcome back. Well, Johnny does seem in this episode to be grasping a bit more in allegations than we have seen in previous serials. And it's something to note. One listener suggested that this could come off as arrogance. I don't see in this particular case any sort of arrogance. It's more a lot of frustration. This actually is one of my favorite Johnny Dollar serials, just because of the contrast between Johnny Dollar and the town constable and their approach. And I think the constable's approach is just absolutely frustrating for Johnny, because basically he's dealing with someone who knows everybody and can't imagine any of them committing the crime. And constantly says, it just wasn't in their nature, which isn't something you can quantify, and which isn't something that Johnny can tell his insurance company. And I think definitely it's a level of frustration because it's such a foreign approach. And I have to say that to me is what really led to him even asking the question, how was your relationship with your niece? Is there some sort of angle I can hang on to here? Obviously, there's just such a contrast in style, and I have to say, I remember the end, and I think it's just perfect, and I think we will definitely. You'll want to be here on Friday to hear how this all turns out, because I just absolutely love the end of this serial. Well, we have actually one comment, and then we'll be done for today. Lee says, Adam, I haven't listened to The War yet, but I'm addicted to The Great Detectives, and I'm sure this will be just as good. I'm very excited about your new effort. Please add a link from the Great Detectives page. I wouldn't find it till I happen to have a pencil nearby when you mention again. Thanks for all you do. I love your work, Lisa. Well, thanks so much, Lisa, and that's a good idea. I don't know why I didn't think about it, but by the time you hear this show, it will be added, so I appreciate that feedback. All right, well, we continue on. Join us tomorrow for Nick Carter, and then Friday, the exciting conclusion of the Shady Lane matter. Before we get started, I want to encourage you to pick up your copy of An Ounce of Prevention. It's my first detective story with a good science fiction twist in it, and it's available for 99 cents in the Kindle store. And you can also read it on various Kindle apps. And I'm still working on my current first full-length mystery novel, a bit of a political thriller my wife is editing through right now. But in the meantime, I encourage you to pick up An Ounce of Prevention. Now it's time for another case for Nick Carter, Death in the Pines.
What's the matter? What is it?
Another case for Nick Carter, Master Detective.
Yes, it's another case for that most famous of all manhunters, the detective whose ability at solving crime is unequaled in the history of detective fiction. Nick Carter, Master Detective. Tonight's curious adventure,
Death in the Pines. For Nick Carter and the mystery of the murdered driver.
Well, let's see. There's a truck coming up the grade now. It ought to be them.
Yeah. Just 130. That's a tape truck, all right. Now, you guys know what to do. We've done it often enough before.
Sure.
All right. Get going. When the truck gets close enough, I'll put the searchlight in the driver's face like before. He'll stop fast enough. Here goes, guys.
What the blazes goes on here? What's the big idea?
Get those hands up, wise guy, and get down out of that cab.
You guys can't get away with this.
You want to stay alive, get down out of that cab and keep quiet. And bring your helper down with you.
You're a bunch of crooks. Don't.
They got us. There ain't nothing we can do. Okay, boys, get busy.
Get up on that truck and get that stuff dumped out in the road. Okay. Shake it up, boys. We want to get out of here.
Hey, keep your boys moving, Jake. We got another one to take care of yet.
Hey, I know that voice. So you're the guy who's in back of all this hijacking. Now I know you.
Do you? Well, I hope you're dying.
Oh! What's the idea? What'd you have to kill him for?
Shut up, punk. You don't want to get bumped off, too.
But you didn't have to kill him.
Shut up.
Hey, that changes our plans a little, Jake. Get your men down off the truck. Pick these two stiffs up and put them back in the cab of the truck. Then put a hole in the gas tank and touch a match to it.
Okay, boys, come on down.
There won't be much left for the cops to work on when they get here, which is all right with me. I don't like to see them get killed, but when they know too much, it's the only way.
I see, Coroner. Yes, thanks very much. Yes, thanks. So long.
Might as well let me know the worst, Mr. Carter. What I've been through, a little more or less, doesn't matter.
Mr. Tate, I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but your driver wasn't burned to death. He was shot. Murdered before the truck was set on fire.
I was afraid of that. Regan was my oldest and best driver. Been with me for 10 years.
You're having trouble with racketeers?
Yes, have been for the past year.
How do they work?
Well, I operate about 40 trucks, hauling vegetables and green stuff from South Jersey to the New York markets. It has to be done at night, so we get to New York market before morning. About a year ago, somebody called me on the phone and said he represented a protective agency. And he'd like to sell me protection at $25 a truck.
$25 a truck? Well, that's pretty steep, isn't it?
It's exorbitant. I told him I wouldn't pay it.
So what happened?
2 days later, one of my trucks was stopped and the drivers were beaten. The produce was dumped and destroyed. The next day, the guy called again. I told him I wouldn't pay.
Did you try getting protection from the state troopers?
Sure I did. And they did what they could. Whenever a trooper followed one of the trucks, or when one of their men rode on the truck as a helper, these trucks were never bothered. But the other trucks, it was the same old story.
I see. Well, how do you account for the fact that the trucks with the troopers on them were never touched?
I don't know. Unless the hijackers had spies at the loading points to watch if the trucks had their regular crews.
And what was the outcome this time?
In the end, I had to agree to pay the $25. And then, for 6 months, there was no more trouble. A week ago, this same guy called and said the ante had been raised from $25 to $40 a truck.
$40?
I told him I couldn't pay that because I didn't make that much. And you know what happened last night.
Yes, I know. Well, are you going to try to keep writing the stuff through?
If you can help me, I will.
I'll do it. And to begin with, I'd like to put my assistant, Patsy Bowen, in your office as a typist.
Sure.
Maybe she can learn something that will start us off in the right direction. Well, Patsy, did you have a nice eventful day in Tate's office?
I learned a few things, Nick, if that's what you mean.
Good. Let's have them.
Mr. Tate makes up the daily schedule of operations based on the orders he receives. Then he turns the completed schedule over to Al Laparo, who's the fleet foreman.
Mm-hmm.
Only Mr. Tate, Laparo, and Dave Morgan, who's Tate's assistant, know what the orders are, as far as I can find out.
I see. Any suspicions?
Not yet. Laparo's been with Tate 9 years and Morgan for about 4 years. When the trouble started about a year ago, both of them rode the trucks. Morgan was one of the drivers who got beaten up, got knocked out cold before he could see anything.
Doesn't leave us much in the way of anything to go on, does it?
I'm sorry, Nick, but that's all I could get today.
I don't feel bad, Patsy. You did what you could.
And what's the next step?
I want to talk to the state trooper who found the truck in which Regan was killed. He may be able to tell me something that's been overlooked.
You say you read my report, Mr. Carter. I don't know that I can tell you anything else.
Were you on the state police force when Tate started having his trouble about a year ago?
Yes, I was.
Well, that business of the hijackers never picking in a truck guarded by state troopers needs explaining. Could there have been any leak from this end?
Absolutely not. I rode several of the trucks myself. None of us ever knew where we were going until Tate's office gave us our orders. And we went out on the road just as soon as we got those orders.
Good. Then the leak must be on Tate's end. Now, the next thing. Your report gives the impression that the thugs simply stopped Tate's truck, killed the driver in cold blood, and then burned the truck for good measure. Was that your personal impression?
Well, no.
Ah.
When I first got there, I was suspicious because the truck hadn't gone off the road or collided with anything that would cause a fire or a wreck. Then I remembered that Tate's trucks had been having trouble a while back. So I took another look around.
And the result of that second examination?
The truck was surrounded by crates which had been thrown off the truck. Crates that were smashed and broken, but not burned. Now, if the hijackers were going to burn the truck, why bother to throw all those crates off the truck first? It just didn't make sense.
That's what I wanted to know. I'd say the gang started out to do the usual job, smashing the cargo and manhandling the crew. But then something happened. Something that made them switch their tactics. And they did something they had never done before. They killed the driver.
Yeah, that explanation would fit the facts as I saw them. But what do you suppose caused the change in plan?
Well, I could make a guess, maybe. Tate told me that Regan was his oldest driver.
Yeah?
Now, somebody in Tate's outfit must be in league with the hijackers. That's the only way they could know as much as they do. I believe that Regan recognized one of Tate's men in the hijack gang.
Sure. And that fits right in with the idea that somebody in Tate's outfit was crossing him. Yes, Mr. Carter, I believe you've hit something.
Have you arranged with Mr. Tate for me to go to work for him?
Oh, no, Scubby. I haven't said anything to him. I don't want him to know.
Well, then how do you know I can get the job?
Tate's lost so many men since Regan was killed a couple of nights ago that he'll be glad to hire anybody. Patsy will fix you up with the necessary papers, licenses, references, and so forth. Wear your old clothes and don't wash your neck, and you'll have no trouble getting hired.
And what do you want me to look for especially, Nick?
Well, according to what Patsy says, the leak either goes through Tate, which hardly seems likely, through Leparo or Morgan, or through somebody else we haven't found out about yet. So get a line on things in general, on anyone who may look suspicious. Oh, and if you're riding a truck that gets held up, don't try to shoot it out, Scubby. Just let things ride.
We'll see about that when the time comes.
It's a 40-1 shot against her getting stopped, but that's the same. Watch your step. These men, whoever they are, have 2 murders on their head, and they won't balk at a couple more.
Men looking for jobs, line up over here. New men over here.
Hey, buddy, who's the guy over there at the desk? Oh, that's Al Leparo, the fleet foreman. Oh, that's the guy. Looks like a toughache. Don't worry, fella. He ain't turning nobody down these days. This outfit's got the finger on it. They had 40 men walk out on him yesterday. And I got a hunch this new gang ain't gonna last long either. Oh, you mean on account of the killings the other day? Yeah, that and the beating up of a couple of other drivers. Recently? Yeah, night before last. Hey, that ain't so good, is it? Ah, what's the difference? A job, ain't it? Hey, who's the other guy? Huh? Oh, that's Dave Morgan, old man Tate's assistant.
All right. Report to the garage at once. Next?
Mike Clausen's the name, Mr. Leparo. Here are me papers.
Mm-hmm. You worked here before, ain't you?
Sure. I drove for you
Yeah, never mind that. You ain't working here no more. Right, Morgan?
Right, Leparo. Nothing doing on that guy. Oh, but what's the matter? I got a good record. I ain't ever had no trouble.
Maybe not, but you ain't wanted here. Get out. Next.
Ah, the big fun.
Who's next?
Oh, me. The name's Wilson.
Where's your papers?
Oh, yeah. Here.
Mm-hmm. Wilson, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, you're hired. Report to Matt Steiger on truck number 11. You start as helper at $23 a week. Satisfied?
Sure, boss. Okay by me.
Tell Steiger he picks up his load tonight at Freeman's Farm down South Jersey. He knows where it is. Get going.
Right. Thanks.
So they took you on, did they, Scubby? I thought they would.
Yes. I'm phoning from a lunchroom where I just ate.
Anything happened yet?
Well, just before they gave me a job, an old-timer named Mike Clausen was turned down. He used to work for Tate years ago. But Leparo wouldn't take him back.
I see. Maybe they didn't want to take on anyone who ever worked there before, or who has been there for long.
Well, maybe it doesn't mean anything, Nick, but it looks as if they...
What's the trouble, Scubby?
I'm not sure, Nick. But I just realized the guy in the booth next to me here isn't saying a word. He went into his booth as I came into this one. But he hasn't dialed a number or said anything yet.
Looks as if somebody's onto you already. Any idea who it could be?
No idea at all. Oh, but how could anybody know about me so soon?
There's always a chance that somebody's recognized you. Well, keep your eyes open, Scubby. Don't start anything.
Any orders?
No. Let me know at once if anything worthwhile happens. And good luck to you.
Thanks. Hey, what are you going to be doing?
I have several lines of investigation that I want to follow up here in the city. There are certain angles of this case that I want to clear up here before I do anything else. So long, Scubby. See you soon. I hope.
Gosh, Matt, driving one of these trucks is no sense, is it? How do you mean, kid? Well, I've been driving the truck around in the city, and it ain't been like this at all. We spent the afternoon loading the stuff on the truck. Now we got to spend all night riding it back to town.
You don't like it, huh?
I'm beginning to think it wasn't such a bright idea, hiring on with this Tate outfit. Especially with the chance of getting beat up throwing in free.
Ah, cheer up. You might ride for weeks and never...
What you stopping for?
Somebody is signaling us with a flashlight to stop. I wonder what...
No, don't stop, Matt. It may be a holdup. Remember old man Tate's orders? No truck stop for nothing.
Oh, it's the state troopers. Nothing to worry about.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can see the uniform now. Okay. I'll get out and see what he wants. Hey, what's the matter, officer? What... Hey, that's a phony uniform. You're no regular cop.
This is the guy, all right. One of you fellas take care of the driver.
Look out, Matt!
Come down out of that chair, fella. You know what's good for you.
Matt, it's a trap!
Shut up, Dick, and don't move. I got you covered. Now, don't try to pull it out.
No!
Hey, cut that. Cut it out.
There, that takes care of you, you rat. Now for the other.
Here you are, copper.
Oh! Matt!
Not yet. Here. Oh. You won't do no more fighting for a while. Okay, boys, come on.
Gosh, I'm tired, Patsy. I've done more of my own leg work today than I've done in years. I almost wish I'd kept Scubby here to do the walking around. Gone out on the truck myself.
Did you find out anything, Nick?
Yes, Patsy, I think so. But I can't be sure for a little while yet. Not until I get some more answers to some of the thousands of questions I've asked today.
There have been several messages for you. I think this is probably the only one that's really important. Yeah.
Oh, thanks. I thought so. He's trying to borrow money. At least all that much of it. Makes me positive I'm on the right track. Any report from the state troopers, Patsy?
Yes, they think they've located the place. They're going to call you later this evening when they get the details.
Good. That'll give me time to join them before they make the raid. I don't want to miss being in at the kill.
No. Hey.
Oh.
You awake, Wilson?
Yeah. Oh, who are you?
That's Tiger, your driver.
Oh, yeah, I remember now. They stopped us. I tried to fight, and they knocked me out. How about you?
Yeah, they conked me, too.
Yeah?
I wonder why they didn't shoot us and be done with it.
Yeah, I wonder. Hey, where are we now? Any idea?
No, but I seem to remember taking a long ride last night after we left the truck. I wonder what time it is.
I don't know. It's still dark, though.
Yeah. Hey, Wilson, I've been wondering. I heard one of them thugs call you Dick and Copper when they were scrapping with you. Are you Copper?
Well, kind of one, yeah. Just trying to get a line on what's going on in this Tate outfit.
Yeah?
But how in heck did that guy know it was me?
Did Tate know what you are?
No. Nobody knew about me working for Tate but me and my boss. Hey, wait a minute.
What?
Right after I got the job, I phoned my boss, and somebody in the next phone booth overheard what I told him. Boy, they trapped me neat as you please.
They probably was afraid of you.
Looks like it. Well, the first thing to do is to get out of here.
Well, I've been working at the ropes that I got my hands tied together with, and I can't budge them at all. They're too tight for me.
Well, I think maybe I can get mine loose if I have time. I think my boss taught me several tricks to get out of ropes like this.
Yeah? Guess she'll have to get us out of this one, then. I can't.
Hold it, Matt.
Yeah.
Somebody's coming.
Time we got that red-headed punk waked up. Boss is due any minute now.
With pleasure. Come on, you. Leave me assist you to a chair. Sorry you can't walk by yourself tied up like that, but that wouldn't be etiquette.
Come on. Cut the comedy.
Wake up, you. Come on, copper. Get them eyes open.
Ooh, hey. Hey, what's the matter? Hey, what you trying to do?
There you are, Mike. You want me to soften him up for you?
Let's see if he talks first. Maybe he'll talk without any persuading.
Well, okay, but I hope he needs some waking over. I enjoy that.
All right, punk. You gonna talk?
Talk about what?
There's no use stalling. We know you're Nick Carter's man.
Well, if you know that, what you want me to say?
We know you called Carter yesterday before you left New York. What'd you say to him? What'd you tell him?
Hey, I know you.
Huh?
You're the guy who wore the phony state trooper's uniform when you held us up last night.
Yeah? Well, knowing that ain't gonna help you none. Come on, spill it. How much do you know?
Okay, he ain't gonna talk, Mike. It's gotta be a real job. I gotta go to work on him.
Yeah, I guess you're right, Jake. Go ahead, make it good.
Sure. Oh, let me take my coat off first so I don't feel cramped.
Let me have it. I'll put it on the back of the chair.
Thanks, Mike. Oh, you better put my gun in the pocket of my coat so it won't get in my way when I really get going.
Okay. Now, let's see some action.
All right, you red-headed stool pigeon. Now spill it. Spill it all around. What the...
Come on, Jake. There's trouble out there.
Well, that's a funny one. Matt, do you see what I see? What do you mean? Jake left his coat hanging on the back of that chair there. There's a gun in the pocket of that coat.
Oh, boy, what a break if we can only get loose.
Just a minute. My hands are almost free. Good. Wait a minute. There. Now, get the feet loose. There. Yeah, that does it. Now the gun. Now let him come back.
Hey, what's...
Drop that gun, you're covered.
Oh, yeah? Well, this'll show. Yeah.
Oh, you would you? Here.
Oh, you killed me. You killed me.
You got him, Wilson. Get me loose and I'll give you a hand. They'll be back in here.
Right. The gun is empty. Gee, we're in a spot.
He killed the boss. Come on.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, the boss is dead. I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, let's
Wait a
get
minute.
going.
Listen. They're leaving.
Yeah. Wait a minute. There you are, man.
Oh, gee. Thanks, Wilson. Gosh, am I glad to get out of them ropes.
Hey, Matt, this is the screwiest thing I ever heard of.
Yeah. Why do you suppose they beat it off like that?
You got me. But come on, let's get out of this place. They might come back as fast as they went out.
Yeah. Okay, give me a chair. I'll break this door down for you.
Okay. Gosh, Matt. There he is on the floor, the boss. And 2 holes through his forehead.
You sure hit him square in the bullseye.
Wait till I take off his mask and see if I know. Matt, it's Mr. Tate.
Who?
The owner of the trucking company.
Mr. Tate?
Yeah.
Tate racketeering his own business? Attacking his own trucks?
But that doesn't make sense, Matt.
Boy, I'll say it doesn't. Why should he want to destroy his own business?
And why would he ask Nick to investigate? Hey, we gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
Or we're gonna get out.
There may be some more of them in there.
Can you see him?
Yeah. Oh, they're state troopers.
Oh,
it's
boy.
okay, man.
Open up in there. Come on with your hands up. Come on, you're surrounded and outnumbered.
Don't shoot. We're coming out.
Get that door open before they shoot.
We surrender.
Get your hands up. I got 2 here, men. Watch the back of the house. Right, Sergeant.
Oh, gosh, are we glad to see you.
Yeah, keep your hands up.
Oh, yeah, sure. Look, I'm Scubby Wilson, and this is Matt Steiger. I'm Nick Carter's assistant.
You look it. Who's the dead man lying there?
Oh, that's Mr. Tate. I just shot him.
No, you did. Well, that'll send you to the chair, all right.
Oh, no. No, you don't understand. He's the chief of the hijackers. Well, he was holding us prisoners here.
That's a good one. Where's the gun you killed him with?
Well, it's in the other room.
Keep your hands up.
But, officer, you don't understand.
I suppose you're going to tell me you shot him in self-defense, huh?
Yeah. That's just what I did. Well, look, you can ask Matt here.
That's right, officer. He was going to kill us both.
Yeah.
Sure. Where's the gun he was going to kill you with?
Well, it was in his hand when I saw it last.
Well, it ain't here now. You're a bum liar, feller. I suppose that after you shot him between the eyes, killing him instantly, he walked over to the window, threw his gun away, and then came back here, lay down, and died.
Oh, but gosh, officer, I saw him.
Put your hands out.
Huh? What?
Put your hands out.
Oh, but you can't put handcuffs on me.
No, watch me.
Be sure they're on good and tight, son.
I will, lad.
Nick!
Oh, hello, Scubby. Having a good time?
You know this guy, Mr. Carter?
Does he know me? Oh, tell him who I am, Nick.
Yes, Sergeant, I'm afraid I have to confess that I do know him. He's my assistant, although he hasn't been much of assistance in this case.
Shall I let him go, then?
Yes, I'll take charge of him.
Okay, if you say so.
Oh, gosh, Nick, am I glad to see you. Oh, this is Matt Steiger, the guy who was driving the truck I was on.
Hello, Mr. Carter. I don't know you.
Hey, look, I heard some shooting a few minutes ago. Did you get some of the gang?
Yes, Scubby. Morgan and 4 men. We ran that car off the road and caught them all. Morgan's pretty badly wounded, but he'll pull through.
So Morgan was in on it after all.
Morgan was the head of the gang.
Oh, no. No, Morgan wasn't the head of the gang, Nick. The head of the gang is lying there, dead. And I shot him. Put 2 bullets in him in self-defense.
Who is he? You know him?
Know him. It's Mr. Tate.
Mr. Tate? Why, he had nothing to do with this.
He sure did, Nick. Why, he was holding us prisoners here. Sure, Matt can tell you.
That's true, Mr. Carter. He tried to kill Wilson, and Wilson shot him.
I tell you, Tate had nothing to do with this gang, Scubby.
Oh, what makes you so sure, Nick?
I did a lot of investigating in town today, and I found that Morgan has been trying to borrow money anywhere and everywhere he could to take advantage of what he called a chance to get going a good business, dirt cheap. Well, that obviously meant Tate's business, especially since the $40 a truck the racketeers asked was unquestionably intended to drive Tate out of business rather than to get the money out of him.
But Morgan was one of the drivers who got beaten up, Nick.
Who said so? Morgan. Nobody else knew anything about it, and it gave him a swell alibi. I think that Regan, the driver who was killed the other day, probably was shot because he recognized Morgan.
But, Nick, everything you say about Morgan could have been true of Tate just as well.
Not quite, Scubby. I found out several other things during my investigation today that proved definitely that Morgan's the one.
But, Nick, I shot Tate not 5 minutes ago while he was trying to kill me.
I wonder. You shot him 5 minutes ago. How does it happen that he's been dead for at least 3 hours?
Dead for 3 hours?
No question about it. Rigor mortis has already begun to set in. Scubby, somebody's put one over on you.
Well, what do you mean, Nick?
Where's the gun you shot him with?
Well, the trooper took it.
Yeah, that's right. Here it is, Mr. Carter.
Thanks. Look here. How does it happen that you shot him with blank cartridges?
Oh, Nick, now don't tell me.
Here are the shells I just took out of that gun you used. 4 of them have been fired previously. And you can see that the other 2, the 2 left for you to fire, have had the bullets pried out of them. Now, you see the mark? The edge of the shell?
Yeah.
So you couldn't have shot him.
But, Mr. Carter, I saw Wilson plug him. I saw him falling dead as the door closed behind him. There's no question about it.
There's no question but what you thought you saw that. But it was all planned, just that way.
Planned?
Certainly. How come you were able to get out of the ropes you were tied up with so fast? How come there was nobody in the room when you got hold of the gun? Why do you suppose that gun was left where you could get your hands on it? That is what happened, isn't it?
Yes, Nick. As right as if you'd been here to see it.
It couldn't have been any other way. Tate probably had a hunch Morgan was guilty and trailed him here. Morgan caught him, shot him with his gun. Then he wiped his prints off it, and he planted it where you could get at it. Then at the psychological moment, Morgan, with a mask over his face, opened the door so you could see him and shot at you. Then you shot at him, as he knew you would, using the 2 shells he had left in the gun for you. The 2 shells with no bullets in them. Then he pretended to fall dead, carefully shutting the door as he did so that you couldn't see what happened next.
Oh, I see, Nick. And then he put Tate's body there by the door with a mask over his face.
Right.
Gosh.
When you opened the door, there was Tate's body, shot through the head with the very gun you held in your hand. A gun on which the police would find your fingerprints, and yours only. Morgan would have made sure they found it.
Boy, what a setup.
It was perfect. Matt would have had to swear he saw me do it. And I was so completely fooled that... Why, I would have confessed to the murder in any court in the country.
Yes, Scubby. You still trust too much to what you hear and see. Before you can be a really first-class detective, you'll have to learn to distrust everything until you've analyzed it in the light of all the evidence. This
has been another of the strange adventures of Nick Carter, Master Detective, which are brought to you regularly at this time by WOR Mutual. Well, Nick, what about next week's story? Can you give us a hint?
Next week, my story concerns a murderer who killed his victims according to the sign of the zodiac under which they were born.
A very unpleasant and dangerous man, I might add.
Yes, definitely. Patsy and I got so close on his trail that he tried 2 different times to get rid of us.
But in his attempts to be very clever, he made a bad mistake, and Nick caught him.
And caught the murderer, too, I imagine.
Quite right. After a chase. I call the story The Horoscope Murders. So long. See you next week.
So long.
So long to you, Nick and Patsy. In the strange adventure you have just heard, Nick Carter was impersonated by Lon Clark, Patsy by Helen Choate, Scubby by John Kane. Original music was played by Lou White. The entire production was written and directed by Jock McGregor. Next week at the same time, listen to another curious experience of Nick Carter entitled
The Horoscope Murders. Or Nick Carter and the Mystery of the Avenging Astrologer.
This story is a copyrighted feature of Street and Smith Publications, Incorporated. The Return of Nick Carter is produced in the studios of WOR and is broadcast over most of these stations every Saturday evening at 7 o'clock Eastern War Time. And don't forget that the adventures of Nick Carter's adopted son, Chick Carter, are broadcast over most of these stations Mondays through Fridays at 5:30 p.m. Eastern War Time. This is Mutual.
Welcome back. Well, the villain's plan here was not the worst possible plan, but it did depend on everyone being inattentive and not digging deeper into things, which is probably not a good basis for planning when you're going up against Nick Carter. I also loved at the end when Patsy was talking about the serial killer, making the observation that he was unpleasant. I guess that's something we can all agree on. All right, well, on to some listener comments and feedback, and we actually have a couple regarding some Nick Carter episodes. And we'll go ahead and start with Renee, who has a comment regarding episode 1104, Death After Dark. And she says, the Nick Carter episode reminded me of Sherlock Holmes. As I was listening, I kept wondering how Nick was going to get pygmies into World War II America. Thanks for the great work you do. I'm also enjoying the War podcast. Well, thanks so much, Renee. And that's available at thewar.greatdetectives.net. Pygmies, there's definitely a good reason for referencing pygmies regarding Sherlock Holmes, because the pygmy features very prominently in Son of Four, which is my favorite Sherlock Holmes novel. Sparky writes in regarding episode 1080, Nick Carter Records of Death. It reminded me of this movie, My Name is Julia Ross, where the heroine is kidnapped and held in a beautiful mansion. Sounds like an interesting plot. It's available if you have the mind to check it out. It is available on DVD through the Columbia Fillmore Classics 3 collection, which is $80, so a little pricey on that part. But thanks for the tip, Sparky. And finally, Charles Creel emails in, love your podcast as I'm a huge Nero Wolf Rex Stout fan. Well, thanks so much. And we will have actually Rex Stout on the War in 6 days. So, and that again is at thewar.greatdetectives.net. Well, that will do it for today. I want to wish everybody in the United States a very happy Thanksgiving Day, and we'll be back tomorrow with the final part of the Shady Lane matter, and also the next part in Belladonna Was Poisoned. Well, before we get started, I want to say today's episode is brought to you by the financial support of our listeners, and I want to specifically thank Michael for his support. We'll send access to the premium site as we do with all donations of $7 or more. Well, now it's time for today's episode of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and coming up after that, we continue on with Belladonna Was Poisoned, but now the conclusion of the Shady Lane matter.
From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
Good morning, Mr. Dollar. I do hope I didn't wake you up.
I was already up, Mrs. Preeny.
Mrs. How did you know?
I recognized your voice. What can I do for you?
Well, I know you'll think me terribly forward, but I have to see you, Mr. Dollar, right away.
All right, I'm in room 22. Come on up.
Oh, good heavens, I couldn't possibly do that. After all, you're a man, and I'm...
And you're a woman. Mrs. Preeny, I'm sure you haven't come into town this morning to play footsie. So let's both relax and forget about the fact that...
This is a small town, Mr. Dollar, and you know how people talk here.
Yeah, I know. And what are they talking about this morning?
Well, the murder, I suppose. And, Mr. Dollar, I've got to see you right away. I've done a horrible thing, and I'm ready to confess.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar, location Shady Lane, Vermont. To the Home Office, Star Mutual Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. Assignment, the Shady Lane matter. Expense account continued. Item 10, 55 cents. A cup of coffee for myself and a pot of tea for Mrs. Sarah Preeny. She considered the hotel lunchroom an innocent enough place, and I met her there 5 minutes after she phoned my room. It was Mrs. Preeny who'd brought me into the case by writing the anonymous letter to the insurance company. Ellen Bates, a farm wife with no known enemies, had been shot to death. Mrs. Preeny, her best friend, had implied in the letter that Ellen's own husband, Ben, was guilty. And I was inclined to agree with her. Ben was the beneficiary of Ellen's $10,000 life insurance policy. There seemed to be no other motive, unless Mrs. Preeny was about to confess one.
She didn't do it, Mr. Dollar.
Who didn't do what?
That girl. She didn't warm the teapot. For 2 cents, I'd send it back and make her do it right.
Well, I'm a little pressed for time, Mrs. Preeny.
Oh, I'm not going to do it, really. I just said that. I wouldn't want to attract attention under the circumstances.
You mean the fact that I'm a man and you're a woman, and apparently the twain hadn't ought to be meeting in Shady Lane, at least.
Well, people will talk, you know. And I didn't want Martin to know.
Why not?
Well, then he'd want to know why. Of course, I'd have to tell him, and... Well,
as a matter of fact, Mrs. Preeny, I'd kind of like to know why.
Well, it's... Oh, this isn't easy for me to say, you know.
Well, let's have a try at it anyway.
It's about that letter that I wrote to the insurance company that I didn't sign my name to.
Yes?
It was a terrible thing to do. Just terrible.
In what way?
Why, those things I said about Ben. Mr. Bates, I mean. Insinuating he might have had something to do with Ellen's death. Her murder, I mean.
You made some fairly definite statements, Mrs. Preeny.
They weren't true, Mr. Dollar. But I'm telling you the truth now. I know Ben didn't have anything to do with Ellen's death.
Mrs. Preeny, there were some other things you implied to me, too, you know.
Yes, about him and Aunt Millie Wells that works at the Shady Lane Cafe. I said they were carrying on before Ellen was killed. I made that up, just to hit out at him.
Why?
I don't know, really. Ellen was wonderful, and I just loved her. But sometimes I'd get to thinking that... Not that my Martin isn't a fine man, you understand. Steady, reliable. You know, you've met him.
Oh, yes, I'd say your husband is quite steady and reliable.
I didn't want you to think that I was saying anything against him. But life on a farm isn't easy for a woman at the best, Mr. Dollar. Sometimes she gets silly notions, I guess.
What sort of notions?
Oh, a woman's human. She wants a little warmth, understanding. That's all. Nothing more. You understand what I'm saying.
Yes, I think I do.
But Ben Bates, well, he didn't even look at me. Didn't see me. That's all I wanted. Just for him to look at me. But he didn't do it, Mr. Dollar. Not even once.
I left her sitting there in the stark, bare wooden booth in the lunchroom, sipping her prim cup of cold tea and trying to hide a red-faced confusion behind the shreds of decent dignity. Constable Bramler was right. Scratch the surface of Shady Lane anywhere, and you found a human passion just beneath the skin. Good morning, Constable.
Yeah, morning, Mr. Dollar. Sleep well?
So. How's Grody Hawkins?
Still asleep, back there in his cell.
He admits stealing that squirrel gun from Ben Bates' mantle the week before Ellen was shot, and claims he sold it to Martin Preeny the week after the murder.
Yeah, so by his own admission, the gun was in Grody's possession the day of the killing.
But Grody claims the gun is rusty and hasn't been fired in years.
Yeah, whether it's rusty or not, Grody didn't kill nobody.
Have you been out to the Preeny farm yet to pick up the gun?
Nope. Figured you might like to do that yourself. You can use my car if you want to. Cost you another $3, though.
How did you make a living before I came along?
It wasn't easy. Traffic tickets, mostly. New turnpike's going to stop all that, though. Misses the town complete.
Along with Ben Bates' farm, huh?
Yeah. Too bad they didn't stick to the original survey. Made that place of his worth something, maybe.
And it might have saved his wife's life.
Still beating that dead horse, eh?
Oh, Ben Bates was up against the wall. A worthless farm, mortgage for $7,500 to Martin Preeny, a strong sense of moral obligation to pay it off, an invalid wife who would never get well, with a $10,000 policy on her life.
Murder ain't in Ben's nature. I've told you.
Then whose nature is it in? Mrs. Preeny's, maybe? She came to see me at the hotel a little while ago.
You don't say so.
She wanted to explain why she'd lied about Ben.
Uh-huh. Reckon 'twas because he wouldn't pay no attention to her.
Who told you?
Figured it out. Reckon Martin ain't too easy a man for a woman to live with. Too straight-laced, tight-fisted. And Ben right next door that-a-way, fine-looking young fella. Her running in all the time, taking things to Ellen. Bound to want to be noticed. Yep, it's the nature of a woman.
What about Ellen, Mr. Bramler? She was your niece. What was her nature?
Ain't so easy to figure your own kin, Mr. Dollar. Reckon 'twas just her nature to be a victim, kind of.
I drove slowly through the early morning countryside, lush and green, still moist from the night dew, and not yet touched by the heat of day. Farm after farm, snug and smug and safe. But Ellen Bates, a woman who never harmed anyone in her life, had lived on such a farm. Yet a bullet had crashed through the window and found her. I'd left the car parked in the yard and walked on up to the porch. The door opened before I had a chance to...
Oh!
Good morning, Mrs. Preeny.
You surprised me, Mr. Dollar.
Is your husband at home?
Yes, he's in there working on his accounts. I was just going to take some strawberry preserves to Mrs. Thrasher up the road. She hasn't been feeling too well.
Sorry to hear it.
You're not going to say anything to Martin about... Well, you know what about...
I wouldn't think of it, Mrs. Preeny.
Thank you. I have to take these preserves to Mrs. Thrasher. You just go right on in, Mr. Dollar.
Yes, thanks. Mr. Preeny?
In here. Come on in.
Sorry to bother you this early in the morning.
Oh, Mr. Dollar. Just finishing my accounts for the fiscal year. What can I do for you, sir?
Well, unless I've been misinformed, you bought an old squirrel gun from Grody Hawkins a while back.
That's right. It's hanging there over the fireplace. Quite a bargain, unless he stole it someplace.
As a matter of fact, he did. From your neighbor, Ben Bates.
Then I'm out the price. I'll take it over to Ben this afternoon.
Mind if I take a look at the gun, Mr. Preeny? I'm trying to check up on Grody's story.
No, go right ahead. I'll just finish this total while you're at it. Then we'd have time for a chat.
He went back to the ledgers on the table in front of him, and I reached up and took down the rifle, down from its hooks above the mantel. Grody had told the truth. There was rust in the barrel and breech. The gun hadn't been cleaned nor fired in a long time. The hooks over the fireplace were old and rusted, too. They'd been there for years. And suddenly I knew.
Find what you were after, Mr. Dollar?
I found more than I was after. I found out who killed Ellen Bates.
Grody Hawkins?
No. No, not Grody. And not Ben Bates. Even though he is named as beneficiary of that $10,000 insurance policy.
What do you mean?
It was somebody who stood to profit even more than Ben did from that $10,000.
Who?
Somebody who made a $7,500 loan out of kindness. That alone should have tipped me off, Mr. Preeney. As Jed Bramler says, it wasn't in your nature.
My nature?
But of course it wasn't kindness. At the time it was good business because a turnpike was planned that would make the farm worth double the loan. But the road fell through and you were stuck with a worthless farm, unless Ben could get money to pay you. I imagine that's when you started thinking about murder.
Are you accusing me of murder, Mr. Dollar?
Those hooks over the mantel have been there a long time. Where's the rifle that hung there before you bought this one from Grody Hawkins?
There might not have been one.
The neighbors will remember.
Let me just put down this final total. Well, I had a good year last year. Very good year. I doubt it's going to be that good this year. No regrets, Mr. Dollar. It's like farming. You take risks on drought, frost, insects. Sometimes you make a mistake and lose. I knew I'd made a mistake the second I pulled that trigger. After that, it was just a matter of time. The gun is buried out behind the barn. I'll get my hat.
Item 12, $94.35. Incidentals in Shady Lane and transportation back to Hartford. Expense account total, $186.60. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's intriguing story.
Next week, a diamond, a huge one, the Star of Cape Town. A piece of ice that should have been kept on ice. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. It is written by Les Crutchfield and produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in this week's cast were Jeanette Nolan, Forrest Lewis, Shirley Mitchell, Will Wright, Bert Holland, and John Daner. Musical supervision by Amerigo Marino and Carl Fortina. Be sure to join us on Monday night, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking.
Welcome back. as I said before, this is one of my absolute favorite episodes. I just love the way it turns out. It's a very satisfying payoff. And clearly, even, of course, without noticing the hook on the wall, listeners, we probably should have known who did it just by following the good constable's method. And we were glad to go ahead and play this in salute to Shirley Mitchell. We'll return to our regular order of programming, so we'll go back and listen to The Matter of Reasonable Doubt next week. Now we turn to Carter Brown and Part 3 of Belladonna Was Poison.
Carter Brown, Mysteries. Adventures in excitement and suspense, based on the best-selling novels by the slick storytelling sensation, Carter Brown.
It was a great idea of mine to do an impromptu show devoted to the death of Hannah Vogue for the next TV presentation of There's No Future in Murder. But there'd be no future in TV for me if I didn't reveal the murderer on that show. Because to a million viewers, I wasn't Rockstone the actor. I was Inspector Rockstone, the infallible cop, who'd been put on the spot by a real-life cop, Inspector Jakes of Homicide.
What are you doing here, Stone? I'm a busy man.
Oh, I know that, Inspector. But I thought since you gave that tale to the papers about me solving the murder, you might tell me how things were going.
Yeah, I see nobody could have taken that bit seriously about you having a hot lead.
Why not?
You're still alive.
So's the murderer, unless you've arrested him.
It's only a matter of time.
Did you find out how the corpse got into Lacey's window?
Window was set up the night before. The window dressers left at 9 p.m., so whoever substituted the corpse for the dummy must have done it after that. 2 night watchmen claim they heard nothing. But one of the metal blinds closing off the loading dock at the back of the building shows signs of having been forced.
I see. What did you find out about Hannah Vogue?
She was an actress, and she'd been in this town about 6 months. She hadn't had any work since she got here. I don't know how she kept that apartment.
No hot lead, huh?
No. Why, do you know something?
Me, Inspector? I'm just a TV cop. How could I know anything? Hey, and speaking of TV, how about being in the studio for our next show?
Me? Why?
Well, we're doing the murder on the next program, and we'd like you to be there.
Hey, what's behind this? What are you up to, Stone?
Oh, nothing, Inspector. Just trying to carry out the promise you made to the newspapers in my name.
Stone, if you know anything, it's your duty to inform the police.
Oh, I shall, Inspector. But I don't want to make you look a liar to the general public.
What?
Well, you told the press boys that I would solve the murder, and that's what I'm trying to do. So long, Inspector. See you in the studio.
I think it's the most ridiculous idea I ever heard. I wouldn't allow it for one moment. To commercialize murder. It's unethical.
But, Mr. Lacey...
It's a crazy, preposterous idea. I won't hear another word about it, Stone.
I'm sorry you feel that way, Mr. Lacey. That means I'll have to scrap the idea of you introducing the show.
What? Well, me? Introduce it?
Well, that's what I had in mind. I naturally figured that you, as our sponsor, would open the program.
You wanted me to appear on the show?
Sure. With a statement to our audience about how you stood foursquare for justice and how this program would bring a murderer to justice.
Well, no, wait a minute. I hadn't thought of it quite like that before. That puts a different complexion on the matter.
Oh, does it, Mr. Lacey?
Of course. Now, this whole thing will have to be properly organized. We can't afford any slip-ups.
That's right, sir.
All right, get on to it, Stone.
Of course, Mr. Lacey. Just one other thing.
Yeah?
We'd like your manager, Mr. Sheep, to come along, too.
All right, I'll send him a memo about it.
Why, thank you. You know, there's one thing that's had me wondering about Mr. Sheep.
What's that?
If he can't sleep at night, what does he count? People? When I left Lacey's department store, I thought I ought to have a few words with Sam Long about the form the presentation ought to take. He wasn't to be seen at Harry's bar, so I headed for his apartment. I'd never been there before. Man, it was a shabby-looking building. I was surprised. Sam was making money. He could afford something better than that. There was no answer when I pressed the buzzer, but a door opposite opened, and a woman stuck her head out.
You looking for Mr. Long?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, he isn't in.
Yeah, that probably explains why he doesn't open the door.
Say, aren't you Inspector Rockstone?
That's right.
Gee, I always watch your program. That is, when my old man isn't working early shift. He gets home around 4 in the afternoon then, and we watch another channel.
Why?
He can't stand the sight of you. He says if you're a cop, he's a ballet dancer.
And he's not, I take it.
He works on the garbage collection.
Have you any idea where Mr. Long would be?
Try Harry's bar.
I have.
He's there most times. Drinks too much. He's changed since he first come here. He was different then.
Younger, perhaps.
Happier, too. They both were happy.
Did you say they?
Sure. Him and his wife.
Wife? I never knew he was married.
Oh, lovely little thing she was. An actress. But then they started in quarreling. Quarreled something terrible before she left him. Guess that's why he drinks so much.
You say she was an actress?
Uh-huh. Used to go mad at him, yelling it was his fault she couldn't get a job because he wouldn't help her.
You don't know the name that she used professionally?
No, never heard of it. But pretty as a picture she was, with her red hair and everything.
Red hair?
Flaming red. Lovely hair. Way mine used to be before it started falling out.
I can imagine.
Every time I saw her, I used to say to myself, Holy Hannah, if only my hair... Hey, that was her name, Hannah.
I left the talkative dame with my head reeling. Not only from her gabbling, but from the unexpected, astonishing information I'd stumbled on. Sam Long, married, and to a beautiful redhead actress named Hannah. And it was a beautiful redhead actress named Hannah who'd been found dead in Lacey's window. It looked as though Sam and I should have a long, confidential chat. But I ran into a complication with curves. A special set of curves called Lower Shore.
Oh, there you are, Mr. Stone.
Where else should I be, Miss Shore? This is the door to my apartment. I was about to open it and walk in.
Not yet. We've got to go somewhere else first.
The implication is that we can come back here afterwards?
Why, Mr. Stone, we hardly know each other.
A couple of hours of some low lights and lingering music could fix that.
I'll think about it. But now we'd better be on our way.
Where are we going?
You'll see when we get there.
Hey, why all the mystery?
Because it's important to me that whoever murdered Hannah Vogue is found. And it's important to you, too, isn't it?
Well, sure. But the trouble is that all I've got so far is a lot of questions with no answers.
Come with me and I guarantee you one of the answers. Maybe the most significant one.
Lois had a car and slid in behind the wheel. After a half-hour drive, we stopped outside a sprawling two-story house with grounds big enough to build an aircraft plant in.
You know who lives here?
Nobody in my income bracket.
The name is Tony Seguera.
Should I know him?
Tony Seguera is one of the 3 top syndicate men in the city.
Then I shouldn't know him.
I think you should. Let's go meet him.
She led the way up to the front door, where a butler carefully patted me in case I was carrying a gun, then led us into a large, luxuriously furnished room, and then discreetly retired. From a spidery-looking and expensive chair rose a spidery-looking, expensive character.
This is Rock Stone, Mr. Seguera.
Glad to know you, Stone. Pick up your show regular.
I'm pleased to hear it, Mr. Seguera. Say, do you like it?
Sure. I'm glad the regular cops aren't as smart as you. I'd be out of business.
But you are, aren't you, Tony?
Oh, sure. Legitimate business I'm in now. Trucking.
Tony's a sort of elder statesman for the syndicate in this area.
Yeah, you could call me that.
He's got some interesting information for you.
Glad to hear anything that might help me.
Now, this will, but you got to understand a few things first.
Huh?
Now, this dame getting herself knocked off in a store window, that's bad for the syndicate. Gets too much publicity. People start talking, say what it's doing in their city. Next thing you know, there's a reform party starts up, and we got to buy to keep things as they are. It costs too much dough.
Yeah, I can see that.
So we got no interest in this thing. It don't concern us until it gets publicity, and then it does.
I see.
Now,
You're going to do a real-life show next Tuesday.
That's right.
You find the guy who did it on your show, and everybody gets happy, says what a fine city we got, huh? Makes sense?
From your side of the fence, yeah.
So we're in your corner on this one.
Yeah, that's fine.
Now, here's the facts. This Vogue dame is Aldous Lacey's dame, right? Right. She gets herself murdered. Why? Maybe because she found out something that Lacey don't want anybody else to know.
Could be.
Something like he's been spending more dough than he should have over the last couple of years, maybe. And he wants a quick investment with a large profit to get it back. So he puts $100,000 into the rackets when the syndicate can use the dough, and he collects 20% over 12 months.
With due respect to Tony, you could say this was right from the horse's mouth.
Now, the syndicate did the right thing by Lacey. We paid him his 20% a month ago and gave him back his $100,000. We're clean. But we don't want to get mixed up in this thing. The way we see it, the dame found out about it some way. Maybe she blackmailed Lacey, or maybe she threatened to talk to the cops. But that's why she was killed. We're sure of that.
Thanks, Mr. Seguera. Thanks a lot.
Oh, any time. Now, I just done you a favor. How about you do me one?
Well, what is it?
Well, you mention this in your show, that's okay with us. But just change it around a little. Not very much. Don't say he invested the dough in the rackets. Just say he invested in the syndicate through me. I'm okay. I'm clean. I've paid taxes on the dough I made on his dough. And make the point that Lacey got his dough back. We don't want people we do business with to doubt our honesty.
Sure, Mr. Seguera. I'll do that.
Fine. I look forward to seeing your show. I'm a real fan for your show. It's my second favorite TV show.
Which is first?
Hopalong Cassidy. He's a real nice guy. And so's his horse. And he keeps the kids on the straight and narrow. Lets them know that crime don't pay.
You approve of that?
Sure. You think we want the rackets to get overcrowded?
I just don't get it. How come you found all this out, Lois? And you knew about Kathy Malden. Hey, where do you belong in this setup?
I'm just a girl who knows a guy. The guy being Tony Seguera. But right now I'm with another guy, and the lights are low, the music's lingering. I'm feeling languid. Didn't you say something about getting to know me better?
Oh, sorry, honey. This isn't my night for concentrating on anything except murder, that is.
You've just got a one-track mind.
You know, I thought it was a pretty brilliant idea. This live TV show to unmask a killer. With me on the spot the whole time.
Well,
it just occurred to me. If anything goes wrong, and I'm in front of the cameras every minute...
Yes?
I'll make it an awfully easy target. Won't I?
Welcome back. Well, good old reliable Carter Brown Mysteries cynicism regarding Hopalong Cassidy. I actually double-checked. I was curious if people in Australia in the 1950s would have been aware of Hopalong Cassidy. And apparently they were. I found that the actor who played Hopalong Cassidy came to Australia and was welcomed by tens of thousands of people, according to Radio New Zealand. But that will do it for this week. We will be back tomorrow with the lineup, and then join us back here on Monday for another Johnny Dollar series, and on Friday, the conclusion of Belladonna Was Poisoned. Well, before we get started, I want to encourage you to pick up your copy of my first detective story, An Ounce of Prevention. It all starts with an elementary school teacher receiving death threats, but it leads former police detective Jerry Newton, the biggest dilemma of his life. It's a great story. We mix science fiction in with a detective story. It's available for the Kindle, and the title is An Ounce of Prevention, available for 99 cents. Also, over at greatdetectives.net, my review of The History of Harry Niles, Set 6. You can read that at greatdetectives.net, and also subscribe to it through the Kindle. And you can try that out for free for 2 weeks, and you get every column whenever I post them each week. All right, well, now it's time for today's episode of The Lineup. This one is called The Fresno Break Case.
Ladies and gentlemen, we take you now by transcription behind the scenes of a police headquarters in a great American city, where under the cold, glaring lights will pass before us the innocent, the vagrant, the thief, the murderer. This is the lineup.
See the wire on Pappas?
No.
Still owes him 7 years in Oregon. Armed robbery. Whole order on him from Chief of Police in Salem. Denver wants him too. Same thing.
Well, I'll be darned. Lippincott here yet?
Yeah, Obler's up the front room. Over there.
Oh. How about the others?
Jensen, Romberg, Keffer, and Ramachenko.
Full house, huh?
Yeah. All of Papa's victims showed up here, we'd have to hire the Civic Auditorium.
May I have your attention, please? You people out there on the other side of the wire in the audience room, may I have your attention, please? Thank you. My name is Cogger, Sergeant Pete Cogger. I'll explain the lineup to you. Each of the suspects you will see will be numbered. I'll call off the number, their name, and charge. If you have any questions or identifications, please remember the number assigned to the prisoner as I call his name. At the end of each line, when I ask for questions or identifications, call out the number. If you're sure or not too sure of the suspect, have him held. The officers who took your name will assist you. They're seated among you. Please be prompt with your questions or identifications. When the prisoners leave here, they're sent to the washroom and dressed back into their jail clothes. Makes it quite difficult to bring them back after they leave here. Now, the questions I ask these suspects are merely to get a natural tone of voice, so do not pay too much attention to their answers, as they often lie. All right, bring on the line. Okay, move it right along, boys. All the way to the end of the
one to hold it. What's that I tried?
Yeah, that's
New
good.
kind of filter.
Now turn and face the front.
You got a match?
Keep your hands out of your pockets. Keep your eyes straight ahead. When I call out your number, step up to the white
Thanks.
circle in the center of the stage. It's a big room out there, so talk right up when I ask you questions. All right, number 1, Andrew Damon, Grand Theft Merchandise. Right out in the circle, Andrew. Tell us where you live.
Jackson Heights.
The street address, Andrew.
320 South Kilburn.
Any weapons on you when you were picked up?
No weapons.
What's your profession?
Salesman.
Look right out through the screen, Andrew. That's it. Now, what do you sell?
Food. Frozen food in deep freezers.
How long you been selling food in deep freezers?
About 6 months.
Anyone with you when you were arrested?
No.
You own a car?
No.
Those the clothes you were wearing when you were booked?
Yeah.
Take off the coat, Andrew. Take off the coat. Okay, put it back on. Step over to the side then. Number 2, Bernard Clark, burglary.
Oh, yes, sir.
What's your address?
65 Galapagos Street, apartment 10.
What do you do for a living, Bernard?
Oh, anything. Shovel work sometimes. I dig.
You know a man named Frank Krieger?
Oh, yeah, I know Frank. I've known him for a long time.
Turn around. See him in the line anywhere?
Oh, yeah, that's him right back there. It's number 7.
How about David Junta? You know him?
Oh, sure, yeah.
You see him in the line anywhere tonight?
Yeah, he's standing right there next to Frank. What?
The officer's report states that Frank Krieger and David Junta were with you at the time of arrest. How do you explain that, Bernard?
Beats me, Sergeant.
You know where they were, Bernard?
Oh, sure. They were with the chickens.
Where were the chickens, Bernard?
Well, in the chicken coop. You see, I was out front in the car, and they were in back loading up a few things when the prowl car drove up.
But they weren't with you. They were in the chicken coop.
Well, now you got it, Sergeant.
Thank you. Next, number 3, John Pappas, armed robbery. Where do you live, John?
Diver Hotel.
Address?
313 Pakistan, I think.
What do you do?
You mean work?
Yeah, what kind of work do you do?
Carpenter.
How long you been a carpenter, John?
6-7 years.
Where do you work?
I don't.
Where was your last job?
Arizona.
As a carpenter?
Yeah.
Anybody with you when you were picked up?
No, I was alone. There was nobody with me.
Have any weapons?
A gun.
What kind of gun?
Army 45.
Have a car?
No.
What's funny, John?
Nothing.
Why the grin?
I was thinking of them guys in the chicken coop, I guess.
Okay, John, step back.
Sergeant Carter.
Yeah?
Number 3.
Okay, Pappas, in that line.
That does it. See you tomorrow, Klein. Asher can follow through on Pappas.
Right, sir. Up to the circle, Roger. Give us your home address. Ben.
Oh, yeah, Bill.
Got a minute?
Sure.
Get a make on Pappas?
Yeah, there's enough for the district attorney now.
Good. Come on. We might have a break on George Fresno.
Fresno?
The Broadway division picked up Lawrence Sawyer half an hour ago. Parole violation. I think he'll help us to get Fresno.
Well, how's that?
Sawyer's got a wife and 2 kids now. He doesn't want to serve any more time. Hello, Larry. You know Lieutenant Guthrie.
Hi.
Hello, Lieutenant.
Oh, hand me that, Ben.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks. Assault, huh?
Yeah.
Who's Herman Pollard?
Just some Jake standing around in a bar with him. I had to hit him. Captain was needling me.
You're on parole, Larry. You know you weren't supposed to be in a bar, don't you?
Well, I worked till almost 9 tonight. I stopped in there for beer, and this Raymond, whatever his name is, started needling me. So I popped him, and they picked me up.
And you broke parole?
I've been out 2 years now. I kept my nose clean. Ask my parole officer. Ask the guy I'm working for.
We will. You said something about George Fresno to Captain Hines at Broadway Division, Larry.
That's right.
Well?
Do I get a break?
What about George Fresno?
He's in town again.
Yeah, we know that.
You want him, don't you? He's handling the stuff again.
Yeah. He's working with Gunther, Talbot, and Elmer Brashy. The 3 of them have been pushing for 17 months, what we know of. Stuff's from Turkey and Greece. Tests out anywhere from 30 to 50%. We've got half a kilo of it down the lab right now.
Can I have some water?
I'll help yourself.
Sure try.
There.
Look, I don't want to serve 2 more years for popping some guy in a bar. I did 11 out of my 13. 2 more years would break me up. Now, do I get a chance?
We'll talk about that later on. I'll go on with this.
I know George Fresno pretty good.
Have you been seeing him, Larry?
Well, I ran into him a couple of times the last year, but there was nothing wrong. I just ran into him.
You sure that's it?
The whole thing. Last week, I ran into him again, and we got to talking. He asked me if I had any contacts. He said he had a new shipment of pretty good stuff, and he asked me if I knew any buyers. You know, pushers looking for supply.
Working with old-timers like Gunther, Talbot, and Brashy, he asked you?
You never worked in dope, Larry. What are you trying to give us?
I know it sounds screwy.
You don't expect us to believe it, do you?
Well, it's true, Lieutenant. So help me. And I think I got the pitch on it. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but Fresno's handling this load by himself without Gunther and Brashy.
What makes you think that?
Well, he told me to keep it under my hat. He gave me his phone number and said to talk only to him.
And he wants you to help him get rid of it, is that it?
Well, he offered me the chance, just like I told you.
Now, what'd you tell him?
Well, I didn't want to take no chance, but I didn't want him to think I was turning up my nose. So I just told him I'd keep my eyes open.
Doesn't seem right, him asking you, Larry, not when he's got his own contacts.
Now, how long have you known him? You a good friend of his?
Well, I met him when I was doing my bit up there. We used to meet in the library. But I've known about him since I was a kid. He was running booze then, and we all know what he made and how he lived.
Larry, a lot of people know George Fresno. A lot of people met him in prison. Nah, I still don't buy him asking you to make contacts.
Well, you know what happened up there, didn't you?
What do you mean?
I guess he really wouldn't have had nothing to do with me unless it hadn't happened. You see, once in a dining hall, about 3 weeks before George got out, 2 guys jumped him.
Yeah, we know.
They began working over him with butter knives. You know the treatment. George is maybe, 60 years old. He couldn't handle him. I happened to be standing right by him. I give him a hand. I yelled for the guards, and otherwise the guy might have been killed. I guess he liked me for it.
Anybody else in on it?
There were other guys around, but nobody else helped him. You know, he wasn't liked.
Yeah, but you helped him.
That's right, I helped him.
That made you a pretty good friend of his, huh?
That's right.
And now you want to help us get him?
Yeah.
How do you suppose George would feel if he knew you were down here talking to us like this, Larry?
Who cares how he feels? Well, I care.
Maybe some of his friends, Larry?
Those guys who handle heroin ain't got no friends.
Gunther, Talbot, and Brashy?
Yeah, maybe you could get them, too. They don't worry me, neither. Look, all that worries me is keeping my job toting them centuries of cement every day. I don't want to go back to prison. I had enough. I stepped out of line tonight when I smacked that guy. I'm willing to get back in line and stay there. You guys got a smoke?
Sure.
Thanks. Now, George asked me for a contact to unload some of the stuff. He wouldn't ask everybody, you know that. A plant working for you would help a lot. George is a smart operator, and it might take a long time for you to get somebody in there. I could get in right away and set him up. He's gone up once on income tax and once on carrying concealed weapons. He never had a big rap, but I know you want him. Listen to me. George lives over on Palace Drive. He's got an apartment that costs $2,000 a month rent. Pretty nice place. Books, television, couple of servants. I live on Everett Place. $45 a month. And I'm nubbing to get it together. But I got a wife and 2 kids there when I get home. I like living like this, Captain. Give me a chance to stay with him, will you? Please? Captain, please?
Harry? This is Waldo. I want a package on Lawrence Sawyer. Yeah, everything. Check the parole office. That's right away. Yeah, bye. If you're clean enough, we'll give you a break, Larry. Okay, Ben?
Come on.
Where? Well, what happens now?
You're still under arrest for assault, Larry. We'll book you in for the night.
Ben.
Hi.
Everybody's in your office.
Okay, you can get Sawyer up.
Right.
Hi, fellas. Pete?
Yeah, they got it all, Ben.
Good. All right, boys. Let's get this over with. Captain Waldo's decided to use Lawrence Sawyer on this. Sawyer's convinced us that he has the confidence of George Fresno and can be useful in making the arrest. Sawyer's willing to do anything we ask him. Now, all of you men have been pulled off your current assignments to concentrate on this case. Looks like the first break we've had in trying to get Fresno. You'll do nothing but work on this until it's completed. What are the teams, Pete?
Asher and Quine, Crockett and Murphy, Hollinger and Costello, Vickers and Manning.
Okay. Now, 2 of you will be with Sawyer 24 hours a day. He's going to be in danger right away. We don't want him to get hurt, and we don't want any of you to get hurt.
What about Sawyer's place, man?
Well, he's given us permission to tap his telephone line. Technical will have 2 men at his home all the time. We don't have to worry about that part of it. 2 others will be at the cement works. The district attorney drew up these sheets, Pete.
Yep.
4 charges we might be able to get Fresno on. Importing, concealing, selling, or transporting. To make any of these charges stick, we have to arrest him with the goods on his person. Now, remember that. No arrest, no action on our part until George Fresno's got something on his person. Now, that may happen tomorrow, may happen a year from tomorrow. But we're going to stop him this time.
Okay, Ben?
Yeah?
All right, Larry.
This is Lawrence Sawyer. Some of you know him, some of you don't. How do you feel, Larry?
Okay, Lieutenant.
Okay, sit down.
Yeah?
Yeah, right there.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Larry? You have an outside line.
Yeah. George, this is Larry. Larry Sawyer. I've been thinking about that, you know what we talked about last week? How about having a drink, George, and talking about it? Okay, George, I'll be there. So long. I'm going to meet her for a drink this afternoon at Amos's Bar and Grill. That's on 17th, right below Grant.
Asher, Quine?
Yeah, Ben?
You be there, too.
Outstanding musical events to listen to every Sunday on CBS Radio are 2 of radio's most respected programs, the Symphonette and the Choraleers. Sundays in the daytime, it's the Symphonette, bringing you light popular classics, and in the evening, it's the Choraleers, singing the songs of the barbershop quartets and men's choruses of bygone years. For truly fine music, listen for both these familiar programs, Sundays on most of these same stations.
Hot out.
Yeah.
3 weeks now, Ben.
Yeah. It's going slow.
What happened last night?
Sorry I met Fresno again. We talked about price. And that's about it.
What's the holdup, Ben?
Well, Fresno's cagey. Sawyer's arguing on price. The way it works.
I wish we'd get something. Business officer's on me about all the men I'm using on
Now,
this.
take it easy, Bill.
Maybe this wasn't such a good idea, putting Sawyer in as a plant. He's talked with Fresno 3 times now, and he's set up nothing.
Well, it takes time. Brashy and Talbot don't like Sawyer.
Who's running that show?
Fresno. But he listens to them. Sawyer thinks he might get somewhere this week.
When's he seeing him again?
This morning.
Well, Ben, we'll give it to the rest of the week. After that, close down. Just 2 men on.
Oh, Bill.
Can't help it, Ben. They're on me. Waldo. Yeah, okay, thanks. Keep in touch. This might be it, Ben.
Yeah, how's that?
Fresno agreed to sell Sawyer a full kilo of heroin this morning. Sawyer thinks we can set him up.
No, thanks.
Oh? What's the matter? Something wrong with it?
Oh, it's okay. Just taking our time.
Okay.
I'd like to.
Yeah. There he is.
Yeah.
Hello, Lieutenant. Sergeant.
Hi, Larry. Sit down.
What'll you have?
Beer.
Here. Drink mine.
Thanks. Sure good.
Well, how'd it go?
Well, he's willing to sell some of it to me.
Give us the whole story.
Well, you know how I've been after him. I didn't push too hard because I didn't want him to get suspicious. Think, something's wrong. Today I brought it up. I told him I had a client in town who'd take some of the stuff.
Yeah?
Well, we've been arguing about price all this time. He said that he'd have to go 8,000 straight. I tried to make it look good and argued for 7,500. Well, we finally made a deal. 78.
A full kilo?
Yeah. He beefed me up about how high grade it was. 65%, he said. I told him my client would like that. Hey, look, I'm going to need some cash.
What's the deal?
He'll want to see $700-800 before he shows me anything. I know that. I try to argue him down, but he wants it all in cash. And I got to have it.
Well, you'll have it. When's the delivery?
Well, I'm supposed to meet him at the corner of Albion and 6th at 9 o'clock tonight.
He say he'd have the stuff with him?
No, he didn't. And I didn't ask him. He's pretty cagey. It may be a running around testing me. I don't know. Oh, I sure be glad when it's all over.
Who was with him when you talked?
Talbot and Brashy. I was wrong thinking this was something George was handling just for himself. They're in on it, too.
Are they going to be there?
I don't know.
Did you tell him who your client was?
I did it just the way we talked about it. I just said it was a friend of mine from California. He asked me for a name, and I told him I'd rather not say. We let it go at that. He was more interested in arguing about money than anything else.
9 o'clock, Albion and 6th, huh?
That's it.
Okay, Larry.
Yeah. Thanks for the beer, Sergeant.
Yeah.
Hey, you know something?
What?
That guy'd kill me if he knew what I was up to.
Well, you've known that all along.
Yeah, but I just began to think about it a minute ago.
You look it over?
Yep.
Doesn't look like too much of a problem, Ben. Straight intersection, filling station on one corner, apartment house across the street. Another on the opposite corner, and a vacant lot.
Now, what about the apartment?
Well, we checked around as much as we dared to. Didn't find anything. Brashy lives over in Pershing Heights. Talbot's got a hotel room in the Dayton.
Some of the others could be living around there.
Yeah, but we don't know anything about them if they do.
How about the filling station?
Oh, it's independent. Guy who runs it's been in business 17 years. I checked his help, all clean.
Okay. I want one car parked on the street in front of the vacant lot, another one in the filling station. You can set Crockett and Murph up inside one of the apartment buildings and Ollinger and Costello in the other.
Okay.
Now, this may be just a starting point. I'll have a radio control set up right in the area. Sawyer has to get in the car with Fresno. We'll follow.
Who's going to handle that part?
Pete and I'll be in the command car. If he moves out, we'll move after him. But we'll want somebody ahead to pick him up. I can't risk tailing him very long.
Yeah.
We can all start at 6. Well, that should give us plenty of time, I guess.
The change, Ben.
Yeah, what?
That was Ollinger. Fresno just called Sawyer about tonight.
The delivery off?
Fresno's worried. He wants to meet Sawyer's client.
know about this, Lieutenant.
It's the only thing we can do.
But I don't know. Maybe he'll recognize you.
No, he's never seen me.
What about Brashy and Talbot?
They've never seen me either. You ever been to this place before?
No, it's just the dressy guinea. I tried to hold him off.
Yeah, I know.
He's sure suspicious.
Okay?
Yeah. Lieutenant.
Yes, son.
Is that Sergeant Cargan Quine in that car across the street?
What do you think?
Are you?
Yeah, George. This is my friend, Paul Younger.
Hi. Come on in.
Thanks.
In here. Yeah. I'll get you boys a drink.
Yeah, sure.
Bourbon be all right?
Fine.
How about you?
Okay, George.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Sit down. Get comfortable. How long you been in town, Younger?
3 weeks.
Los Angeles?
Santa Cruz.
Where you staying?
Friends?
Anybody I'd know?
I didn't ask him. Look, Sawyer, you said this was all set up. What's the shakedown?
Well, he just want to meet you, Paul, that's all.
Yeah, I gotta be careful.
So do I. Do I get delivery tonight?
No.
Okay. That does it. I gotta catch a plane.
Hey, wait a minute, Paul.
Wait for him. I can buy elsewhere. I don't have to go through this kind of thing.
I don't know you from Adam.
Well, that's the way I like it, Fresno.
How long you been in business?
You're too nosy for me. And Sawyer came up with a proposition that he could put me next to some 65% stuff. I like the idea. I can use it. I'm willing to pay the dough. But not this kind of thing. If you want to do business, we do it right now. No more questions, no more stalling. What do you say, Fresno?
You, got the money?
Show him.
Yeah. This is it, George.
I'll take half right now. You can give me the rest when the stuff's delivered.
Paul?
What'll that be?
Less than an hour.
What do you say, Paul?
Well, give him 2,000.
Okay.
Okay. When can he pick it up for me?
He doesn't have to.
Huh?
You can do it yourself, Younger. Just get your hat and follow me. Sawyer, you can go home. Mr. Younger and me'll handle it now. Larry's a nice boy, Mr. Younger. Always been good to me.
Yeah.
He says you're all right. Well, I think you're all right. That's the way I feel about him. No hard feelings about me asking to meet you.
No.
Yeah, Larry's a nice boy. I gotta be careful, though. Boy, everybody does, you know.
Where are we going?
Oh, not far. Just a few more blocks. You know, it must be nice around Santa Cruz this time of year.
Yeah.
Ever do any fishing?
Some. Go down to Mexico, mostly. Yellowtail.
Yeah, nice fish.
Are we here?
Now, just being careful. Come on. Can't ever tell who's out looking around.
Yeah. Well, what now?
Don't get excited. This won't take long. Yeah, here we go.
Hi.
Hi, Madge. Hey, Madge, this is Mr. Younger from California.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead. Get in. That's it. Madge helps me out on these things, Mr. Younger.
Yeah.
Where to, George?
Oh, just drive around, Madge.
Are we going to make a pickup or aren't we? What is this?
We'll make a pickup. Got the rest of that money?
Yeah. And I'm keeping it until I see some action.
I want half before I deliver.
Well, you got 2. That's it, Fresno.
Hey, who'd you buy from before?
I had some people.
Chinese stuff? Okay, Younger.
What?
Madge?
Yeah.
Hey, what is this?
Relax. You wait here. I'll be back in a minute.
A funny guy.
Is he?
Where's he going?
My apartment.
What for?
Weren't you talking about a delivery?
Yeah. Is that the way it works?
Just wait for George.
Okay. Want one?
No, thanks. What are you doing?
I think I'll stretch for a minute.
What?
I get cramped up.
Here he comes. He won't be cramped long.
Yeah.
Hey, what's this? You going someplace?
I'm just stretching.
You better get back in the car.
Is this it?
Yeah. 65%. I guarantee it.
Well, I'll take it right here.
Wait a minute. What about my dough?
No dough on this one, George.
Huh?
I'm a police officer. Hey, don't move your hands. Madge, keep your hands on the wheel in there.
No.
Sit down on the ground, George.
Now, look. I got a lot of money. 20,000, 30,000.
Get down.
Oh, don't hand me over. It'll be my last trip. I only got a few more years.
Okay, Ben?
Yeah. Sergeant Quine, George.
I'll take care of him, too. Don't hand me over,
Let's
please.
see about her.
Yeah. Okay, Miss Outside.
Okay?
Okay, Pete.
It was all a setup, wasn't it?
Come on, George. This is Sergeant Cargan.
Brashy and Talbot followed out from the other place, Ben. We picked them up 2 blocks back. Couldn't tell what was up.
Yeah, here. $7,800 worth.
Look, what good does it do to get me? I'm an old man. I'm washed up anyhow.
It'll stop this.
I'll die there.
Yeah? You probably will, George. Let's go.
Lineup, where before you pass the innocent, the vagrant, the thief, the murderer. Listen again next week when we again bring you The Lineup.
May I have your attention, please? You people out there on the other side of the wire in the audience room, may I have your attention, please? Thank you. My name is Cogger, Sergeant Pete Cogger. I'll explain the lineup to you. Each of the suspects you will see will be numbered. I'll call out the number, their name, and charge. If you have any questions or identifications, please remember the number assigned to the prisoner as I call his name. At the end of each line, when I ask for questions or identifications, call out
The Lineup, starring Bill Johnstone as Lieutenant Ben Guthrie, with Jack Moyles as Sergeant Pete Carger, was written by E. Jack Newman with music by Eddie Dunsteady. Featured in tonight's cast were Hy Everback, Peter Leeds, Howard McNear, Benny Rubin, Joseph Kearns, and Virginia Gregg. The Lineup was transcribed in Hollywood by Jaime Del Valle. Sunday night, hear Lionel Barrymore, host, narrator, and frequent star of the distinguished dramatic series. You'll find the plays are of the same high caliber as you've heard in years gone by on the program CBS Radio called Your Thursday Night Playhouse. This year, with Lionel Barrymore as host-narrator, it's your Sunday Night Playhouse on most of these same CBS radio stations every week. Dan Coverly speaking. This is the CBS Radio Network.
Welcome back. Sometimes I don't think I'm quite fair to the lineup because I'm so often tempted to compare it to Dragnet. On the other hand, the lineup was really written in response to Dragnet, so I think it's a fair comparison. We're less than a year away from getting Dragnet here on the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio. And there is a difference, and I think this case really does illustrate it. We've got a good story and some solid twist, but Dragnet has done basically a similar story multiple times. And usually it ended up doing it better. And I think the big difference here was the lineup told realistic stories, while Dragnet told more or less real stories. The difference is the story that we heard on the lineup was completely plausible. It was down to earth. It wasn't anyone playing super cop or anything that was at all far-fetched. However, Dragnet used true stories as the basis from which they adapted their cases. So you got all of the things that can happen in real life that are often more fantastic than fiction. So you had one episode with a drug buy where, because of the short notice, Friday had to go into the drug buy, I believe, unarmed, and instead of the full amount that he was paying, he had to have have $100 bill on top, some ones beneath that, I think even some newspaper in the middle. And by the way, he didn't have a gun. Here, everything seemed to go a little bit too smooth, which doesn't allow the tension to build properly. I also have to say, I'm wondering where the lineup is set. The lineup TV show was actually syndicated as San Francisco Beat and was set in San Francisco. The radio show has always said it was in some great American city, but never quite said where. But they referenced basically a friend from California suggesting California is out of state. And with all the clues that the lineup was set somewhere in the West, you wonder where exactly it's supposed to be set at this point. That's all for this week. We will see you back here on Monday. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, begins. And Saturday we'll be back with another episode of The Lineup. In the meantime, send your comments to box13 at greatdetectives.net. Follow us on Twitter at Radio Detectives and become one of our friends on Facebook. Facebook.com/Radio Detectives. From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham, signing off.